Okay, so all right, so I think we had a hiccup there. We were live and then we bounced out. It looks like YouTube giving us problems again.
Oh,
The worst.
YouTube.
So, so we'll just do a quick recap. I don't know how much got on the stream, but welcome
Uh-oh.
everybody in.
Oh,
Welcome everybody in the chat room. Looks like we're up to 12 now. Hello. We just went over the list real quick. We're playing an Eldari list over here with a mixed detachment, including Eldrad and a 9-man Skyrunner Conclave, as well as a Harlequin, big old Harlequin battalion with 30 players, and the trio of Harlequin characters, the Troupemaster, Shadowseer, and the Solitaire to blitz somebody, and then a little
that's
custom craft world chapter custom craft world spearhead with the 3 Nightspinners to just blast people with the guns.
and hashtag expert crafters and masterful shots, which by the way on night spinners are delightful.
Oh yeah, yeah, get those rerolls in there. And then we're just going over the Slaanesh Daemons list. We have 4
Yeah.
keepers of secrets. Oh,
I mean, do they come any less? I was kind of wondering.
yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a single keeper of secrets on the table. It's either 0 or it's 4. 100% of the time.
I mean, I can't lie to you. I'm kind of hoping. I mean, obviously, I hope the Eldar player wins because I am an Eldar player. I hope the other Slaanesh player wins because I know him personally. He's a good dude. But I would love to see your Grey Knights versus a Slaanesh army right now. Like that would make me absolute happiness and joy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's make it happen.
Let's do it.
Yeah, HobbyWrecker, you need to score 24 points so we can play round 2. Let's do it, boss.
I I'm gonna call it right now. I think this is gonna be a very close game. I think this game is gonna go to what your secondaries are,
Yes.
to what the objectives are. This game is gonna be brutal because he's got a ton of Slaanesh models, and the Eldar player, he wants to get in close. He doesn't have a prime Eldar Alpha Strike. I'm going to smash your face from your deployment zone list. He does have the 3 indirect fire Serpent, but that's not enough to dig this much out, especially when you roll a 2 for shots. It's this is going to be an up close and dirty, just real gruel fest, and I'm super excited for it.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be a lot, very similar to our first game that we streamed today. We streamed Dark Angels versus Salamanders. That was had an insane round 2. Guys, go back and watch that video if you have a chance. Round 2 was this crazy turn with lots of careful positioning. Just a crazy turn that we called both ways like 3 different times, and it feels to me like this game's going to be very similar. We're going to have a little bit of positioning. We're going to set up, and then the game's going to pop off. It's going to be like a Beyblade that you used to play with, and you let her rip, and it spins around, and everything explodes. And by
Are you saying?
by round 3, we'll
Are
know
you
what
showing
happens.
your age right now, or is that where you spin it and then you got to pick up pogs? Were you just doing a pog reference?
I don't know how the game worked. I just knew there was a pull thing, and then it spun. It spun around, right?
Oh, this is gonna be a long night. Just drink your White Claws. Everyone have a good time. This is gonna be brutal. No, I mean, with to give a cliff note to the incredibleness of the first matchup today. If you are a Dark Angel player and you make a lot of 3-up invul saves, you'd be surprised how long your army can stay around for. But if you're a Dark Angel player and a turn goes into the next turn and you make 2 out of 8 of your 3-up saves on a multiple wound shot, they can start dying pretty quick at that point.
Yeah. Yeah,
That was brutal.
It was, yeah. I think there were some positioning mistakes on both sides that we talked about during the game, and then definitely, how the combats went decided it, and that's where we were at.
Now, what's very interesting here is the Eldar player won the roll to go first, and then passed the turn to Hobby. So, which I find kind of interesting because usually as an Eldar player, you want to buff your stuff up before your opponent gets a chance to react and really deny, because those greater demons move 20 inches. So he's gonna every one of his spells that he wants to cast next turn, he's gonna have to fight through a deny the witch.
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
I would have gone first.
That is important to note. But on the flip side, going second does give him a huge advantage in scoring. He's not. I don't believe that he's in threat range of. He's deploying extremely defensively, as we can see, which is the right call. I don't believe that he's in range to be charged by anything turn one. And he's going to force these. He's going to force these greater demons to move up the table because that's what they do, and then they're going to move into range of. The big guns. I don't think need any help to get in range, but he's going to move into range of especially the Seer Council and. Being able to charge one big unit into one other big unit is a kind of a big deal in this matchup because that Seer Council can charge. They can swing first because they charged. If they, they only need to kill one thing, and then they use that strat to bounce back out of combat. If they can just keep doing that a couple times, theoretically, that's enough for these, these Harlequins and these other Eldar units to close the game out.
I 100%. That made complete sense. That's what you should do. But I reiterate, you always want to buff your stuff up. And like I said, JT does have, or Hobby does have a solid 20-inch move. Plus, the Deny the Witch range. He's going to push him to his backfield completely. And the thing about Slaanesh is they don't care if they get charged. They swing first. So it doesn't really make that big of a difference. So I feel like possibly
they will swing. They will swing. A charging unit will swing first with them. Yeah, right. So you can't charge them with multiple things, but fortunately, the Eldar list is kind of based around this one big Death Star unit, and specifically in this matchup, I actually think that is a big boon because he's going to be able to. To go in and not really care about that strike first thing. Now, if he ends up in a position where he has to charge those players in all at once, that could be disastrous. So hopefully it doesn't get to that point, but we'll see how much damage the Eldar can do on their first round, going second.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we got a bunch of people in the chat here. Yeah, he's freaking out a bit.
Apologize, guys. My dog is...
Let's see. Yeah, K-Ray says, let's see if the Grey Knight's next, please. We need to see respawning a million greater demons. We keep talking about it, and hopefully we get that on. It'll be cool. The demons do, get an unlimited number of greater demons, effectively limited only by the number of CP you have. But on the flip side, the Grey Knights are so good at killing them that sometimes it doesn't even matter. So it would be an interesting game.
But it does reach the point of absurdity when, let's say, hypothetically, as a Grey Knight player, you're facing, 3,600 points of demons. They're still coming back. If you have not witnessed that matchup of Grey Knights versus Slaanesh, or Demon, I'd say Slaanesh is probably one of the strongest demons out there right now. It is truly a work of art, and you will just giggle your entire way through the entire match.
Yeah, it's got to be fun for everyone, I think. And Slaanesh Demons sort of play the game that Grey Knights want to play, which is everybody just scrum in the middle. And Grey Knights are like, all right, let's get those paladins going.
That's how much ammo do we bring, boys?
Yeah. We got enough Cybolts for this one? Let's see. Daniel Cromwell thinks that the Eldar deployment is smart. He gets to countercharge whatever the Slaanesh lines as they move up. Totally agree. Correct. I think that's going to be good. Probably not if this Warlock Conclave falls over and flips upside down, but we'll see.
Yeah, they're kind of unruly children.
Yeah, I think...
That is how you can get a yellow card in this event.
Yeah. Just don't flip all your models upside down. So what is the threat range here of this Slaanesh army? Because this deployment seems extreme. This castling.
Yeah, he's going right to the dome.
Well, I mean the Eldar deployment. It feels to me like he doesn't need to be that defensive, does he? I guess he's worried about these bikers. He's probably worried about these bikers. Because if the bikers start taking his screen out, that could be problematic.
I mean, I wouldn't have gone so defensive as this because he is limiting what he can do. I think JT's going to be smart, or Hobby's going to be smart. I think he's going to manipulate the board. He's got a huge chunk of line of sight blocking terrain by objective 5, and I think if the Eldar player overcommits his stuff to try to get that one Demon Prince, he still has 3 more that's going to smash into that unit.
Yeah.
the ability to deny is huge against this list. You shut down quickening.
Yeah, game's over.
GG's.
GG.
You know, Jink, protect. There's so many ways this list can fall apart. And, you know, he's also facing Slaanesh, so that Neg 1 leadership will be quite enjoyable. With that being said, the Seer Council, if they do rev up, they can easily get, I think, 48 inches. I mean, it's absurd the amount of distance they can cover.
So it does look like we're the Chaos Sorcerer back here is representing a warp time. So, and those bikers are fast, right? 14 inches. So they go 28, thread another 24, so they thread 52. With prescience and double shooting, potentially, because they are Slaanesh. So they could kill a lot of these Guardians if they get the chance. They have an additional 2 Combibolters, so they're shooting 36 times. With +1 to wound, double shooting. I think that's why the Eldar player is going to be so defensive here. Obviously, these tanks want to hide because they don't want anything to do with anything over here on the demon side.
Yeah, I think, you know, Slaanesh is also very fast. You know, I think JT could play it smart, or he could lock down the center. He could force his opponent start running from the backfield to get into the fight. You know, I mean, I love the Nightspinners. I hate the Nightspinners when you roll a 2 or a 3 from the amount of shots, and for some reason that happens multiple times a battle round. So when they work, they're great, but when they don't work, they're a large investment of points.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, I think
pretty random.
I think Anti-Social Panda has to be kind of careful because he can get pinned into his side very quickly, and then, you know, this is going to be I think this is going to be a secondary, which is something we should probably go over.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And kind of see what everyone got.
Yeah. So we are playing ITC Mission 6. It's Crucible of Champions. We have some objectives hiding in the ruins on the side here. You can see like objective number 1. And the bonus point for this mission is to have characters on 3 different objectives. Both of these armies are pretty good at scoring that, it seems to me. Are these Keepers of Secrets? Do they have the character keyword, or is it just Shalaxi?
So. Shalaxi definitely does.
Yeah, for sure. She's a special character.
We're not able to look, I believe.
Yeah, let me take a look-see right here.
Maybe not.
I should probably have their thing open anyway, because I do not know what these models do. Keeper of Secrets, where you at?
I'm relatively new to the game and competitive scene, and so far I've met some very angry people.
Found it. So they are characters. Oh boy! So that is with a very offensive list like this. That is the Slaanesh player's bonus to claim, I think.
I think he'll be getting bonus most.
These 2 objectives seem easy peasy, or the center objective and one of the ones on the side. I assume he can get another one on the side inside the ruins very quickly by running a Keeper of Secrets right next to that. I don't know if he wants to keep any characters back towards objective 4. That seems a little presumptuous, especially since Warp Time's only range 6.
I mean, 1, 5, and 2 are right.
3
center,
actually.
right?
I think
this
it's
battle.
3.
Now, what's interesting about Hobby's
Guardians flying all over the place over here.
They all have magnets. What's interesting about HobbyWrecker's list is he's doing recon behind enemy lines and Butcher's Bill. So, I mean, he is going to play this game all over this board. That's how he's going for it. This.
Yeah, so
obviously we kind of assume.
He's seeing all these 10-man Eldar units that are toughness 3. Those are pretty easy to kill. You can pick up 20 Eldar real quickly to get that Butcher's Bill. Recon behind enemy lines. Behind enemy lines might be the toughest one. You do have the Spearhead Assault. What do you call it? The point on the pointy Dawn of War there is pretty easy to get to. Especially, it looks like he's deployed his Demon Prince very aggressively, ready to go get that.
Isn't that how they go?
I don't know. Some of them hide behind your cultists or whatever. But this guy, he looks like he's going balls to the wall. I don't know where that Chaos Sorcerer ended up.
Off the board?
Is it deployed?
He's off the board.
Is he deep striking? Does he have a jump pack?
Hell yeah, he's deep striking in. Now, what's very interesting, which I like.
Yeah, he does have a jump
Eldar
pack.
player. The Eldar player is doing big game, recon, and mark for death, picking the Talons, the Bikers, the Demon Prince, and the Contorted.
The Contorted Epitome? Contorted Epitome?
Oh, the Contorted. Oh, there it is. I was like, Contour?
The Contorted Epitome, it's landscaped very nicely.
So both of these lists are playing to I think their strengths in this game. You know, Hobby's going all in, and the Eldar's just going to be okay. Let's take it a little slow, see what happens, and he's going to be reactive, which I think Eldar do perform very well at.
Demon Claw, yeah, we did mention briefly that Slaanesh can advance and charge. I think that might have been when we were cut off, though. So they are. Yeah, that is why they're going to be so fast, or why they're going to be going 20 inches up the table and, you know, potentially killing people.
Blink, and they're there.
Yeah,
they're very quick.
Yeah. I have seen this list play. Lose to big gun lines that can take out the Keepers of Secrets early, but I don't think the Eldar have enough firepower to do it before they get too close. We also have a little emoji on the side here. That's very fun.
Fair enough. Oh, it's 3D.
Yeah. Oh, that is interesting.
Oh, it's a smiling face.
Yeah. If you look at it straight up, it's
HobbyWrecker is the most talented among our gaming group, so I kind of get it.
He has painted his army beautifully for this game, so I really
beautifully painted army.
Beautifully painted.
I mean, how are we going to judge rewards for the best painted army?
Oh, that is a great question. K-Ray asks, this is an important question here, Colin, so I hope you can take it.
Go for it.
If there is a Primarch to come back, which one would we want? I would want a Chaos.
Good one or bad one?
Any Primarch. Any Primarch.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know who's dead, so it doesn't have to be canon that they could actually come back.
The Iron Hands one is dead. Raven Guard one's dead.
Oh, man, that's too bad, because I was going to pick Perturabo.
Dark Angel one is still in the rock.
Yeah. He just got a new model for $30K. Looks super good. They previewed it on the last.
I'd probably say Dorn. I'd probably say Imperial Fist.
Boring. Get
out
of here.
I hate the yellow, but I love the idea of the army. I love the idea of a wall breaking.
Just
the yellow.
The Thunderfire cannon army. Oh, K-Ray has specified. We need to pick one from each side.
Oh, me personally, I'd go for Horus, because why not?
Yeah, if you can pick anybody,
then
pick freaking Horus.
Pick anyone, Lottie Dottie. Pick
Boom.
Horus, and then I'd say Dorn, man. I love the fluff behind Imperial Fist. I hate the color, the paint scheme. Paint a Black Templar. They look so much better. Just run the rules of Imperial Fist.
Oh, chat's giving us crap about spoiling Horus Heresy.
Oh,
I think that's been canon for like 22 years, everyone.
Yeah, I think when I started playing Warhammer in second
we
edition,
knew who
in
was
93,
dead.
Listen, at this point, Chad, if you don't know, what do you want us to do? We gave you a year, okay? It's like, remember the whole Game of Thrones thing? You get to give everyone like 2 weeks to watch the episode before you discuss spoilers. It's been years.
Oh, good suggestions from the chat here. Angron, that's a good one. He's boring though. He's just charges, right? We want somebody a little bit more.
Aggron's a greater demon of Khorne right now.
Oh, is he? Oh, well then just bring that guy back.
Isn't he literally the Forge World greater demon of Khorne model?
No, that's Angrath. So.
Oh, it's the same thing.
I think my gaming group thought that for ages.
Oh, yeah, Russ. I agree.
Russ.
I'm changing it.
Oh, yeah.
Russ.
Okay. I mean, you kind of got to go with Russ, right? Like, the Space Wolves need something. Give them something.
They did such a great job with him in the Horus Heresy books. Like, I mean, just an absolute monster.
I know.
I'm changing. I'm actually doing both my Chaos and my Imperial to both just be Russ. Because he is technically in the Eye of Terror, so he can be both. I don't know.
That's where the 13th Company went, right? To go get him? Yeah. And they all turned into Weird Wolf.
Was anyone else expecting the GW previews to like actually have something super exciting? Like, not that today's one was bad, but I mean, come on. Like, I was kind of like thinking, oh, they're going to put a Primarch back in or something.
Oh yeah, it was either that or like a new edition in 12 months or something. But Yeah, it was. I mean, it's the trailers were cool this time around. I think it was the most interesting one this morning. If you guys missed it, I actually put all of the 40K announcements on the channel, so you can just go watch those, and you don't have to watch the Age of Sigmar stuff if you don't want to. The Age of Sigmar stuff was cool. There's big giants and new Blood Bowl team and everything like that. Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm bouncing around, but
Let's be.
I mean, we're here for 40K.
Your YouTube page is a one-stop shop for anything Warhammer related.
Yeah, yeah, and apparently Star Wars Legion as of like last week.
And you start playing Star Wars Legion?
Not yet, but I might. They took True Line of Sight out of their game. Feels pretty good.
Yeah. I get burned on anything outside of a Games Workshop product, and trust me, we've all been burned by a Games Workshop product, like Battlefield Gothic, or pick your poison for a game that they just abandoned. They're kind of like the Google of the miniature games. They'll start something really cool and then just abandon it. But I've been burned way too many times by other games outside of War Machine, but where this game is so awesome and everyone plays it for 2 weeks, and then everyone throws up their hands and goes back to the new shiny that GW puts out. I don't know if anyone's ever played Firestorm Armada. Incredible game until no one wanted to play it anymore.
Yeah. We have some more awesome suggestions in here. K-Ray, Trader Primarch, Omegon. Solid choice. I think one of the best. But the real question is he a Trader Primarch? We'll never know. I think I'm going to forego my picks for Primarchs. I want a John Grammaticus model.
I thought you were being chaotic neutral right now.
I am. Oh, that's that is a chaotic neutral pick right there, sir. Let's see. Got a lot of talk about the new preview. Tau Dark, welcome in. Kevin, how's it going? Question: how would one leave War Machine and Hordes gaming and dive 2 feet first into competitive ITC tournaments? What are the must-learn things that will absolutely trip you up? Asking for a friend.
Subscribe to this channel.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
Patreon.
join on Patreon. I will coach you. I've been playing for 6 months, so I'll get you. Don't worry. I think the movement phase or the movement of the game is a lot. I would say more nuanced and less straightforward than War Machine and Hordes. And that is absolutely something that you need to learn. Movement in the assault phase especially, because that's very difficult. And if you know it, then it will straight up win you tons of games that you would not have won otherwise.
If you have an army for that kind of.
Yeah, but even if you don't, and you can catch someone with a heroic interventions, if they're trying to go for a wrap, you intervene into them, you stop them, and they can't wrap you, game over, man. You just won.
Oh, 100%.
So there's lots of little tricks like that you can pick up that I think are huge. Also, just the ITC packet, there's a lot of nuance there as well. Killing models is not always what you want to do to win the game. In fact, a lot of times you want to hold back and leave your opponent's models alive. And
unless you play Tau.
Yeah, oh man. Then just make them explode on turn 1.
Rip. Press F in chat.
Yeah.
Watch
F in chat for the Chaos Knights. You can watch the last game and you know what we're talking about. Yeah, and that's so those would be my suggestions. Play the missions as Steve Bewley. 100%.
I would say living in the age of tabletop simulator is no better time to learn 40K.
Oh my god.
You have in the tabletop simulator Discord, they have I think 6,000 names of people that play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can get a game any hour of the day at any skill level. People willing to teach, people willing to be competitive. You can play whatever you want without having to invest money. I mean, always spend money on Games Workshop, support the hobby. But this is such a way for you to experiment with different lists, different armies, and figure out what works for you. And then, of course, not catch the corona. So that would be my advice. Personally.
That's a good one. Yeah, don't get sick and die. That's a good start. Oh, we got some Fs in the chat for Chaos Knights. Appreciate it, guys. So we got some other comments in the chat here. Let's see. Casper asked if they said there would be a fourth preview for the GW preview streams. They did not. As far as I know, a fourth preview stream has not been announced. So I think that they are done with the Adepticon previews. Oh, no. We got a fart instead.
Nothing until May.
Nothing until May.
Nothing until May.
Well,
yeah, we got a Darth Funk Ninja in chat right now.
Oh, man. You guys crack me up. Steve Bewley looking to start a White Scars army. Awesome. I think after playing Space Marines, now my favorite Space Marine chapter, rules-wise. They look super fun to play. I played Salamanders. I played every Space Marine chapter except for White Scars, and I did it wrong. Just play White Scars. They're so cool.
No. Don't listen to it. Raven Guard, Imperial Fist are really good.
That's boring. I'll shoot you with my grav cannons, I guess. Cool beans.
But it wins.
So does White Scars, man. So does White Scars.
Yeah, but it's an uphill battle. I mean,
you gotta think about it.
Don't you want to place models on the board and have your opponent look at you and you can see a part of them die on the inside? It's delightful.
Darth Ninja clarified. He effed for the Chaos Knights and then he wrote art in the chat. I appreciate it. This game is art.
He is the classiest of men. His house smells of rich mahogany, and he has many leather-bound books.
He's got a rich mahogany funk to him, I would say. But
still kind of dangerous and ninja.
yeah, it's a dangerous funk. That's the smell of the smoke bombs he uses. Talking about the game a little bit, it looks like HobbyWrecker has done exactly what we talked about. He's got one Keeper of Secrets on each of those side objectives. He's got his Demon Prince right in the middle. Demonettes in front of it, so it can't be shot. I guess the Keepers of Secrets also screen for him, so that's going to help. A bit of an interesting interaction here is that standing next to these ruins for these Greater Demons is very defensively powerful because you can block real estate for these Warlock Conclave jet bikes to actually get into melee. They have to stay pretty far back if they don't want to be intervened by Shalaxi. If they're going after this red demon Great Keeper Secrets here, and they could obviously land on top of the ruin, not when they're charged, but with their normal movement. But at that point, they have to then move down the ruin in order to actually charge because you can't attack down 3 inches.
Now, when you look at the Eldar list, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of shooting for range. I mean, outside of the indirect fire from vehicles, I mean, I think the Slaanesh player did the right choice. He goes, okay, let me move forward. Let me get the bonus this turn. I'm not going to kill anything, but at least I got something. And now let's see what my opponent does. Because the Eldar player has to look at it and go, okay, I have a finite amount of Warlock Skyrunner. What do you do with them? Do you run them into the beast's mouth? I mean, he'll smash something. But, is that 500-point unit worth a 220-point Greater Demon of Slaanesh?
Right. Yeah, and they can't even with the hit and run strat from the Windrider host, they don't have the distance to hit that keeper, kill it, and then bounce out of Shalaxi's threat range, right? Because she threats 20 and they move 14. She gonna
they
get
all
them.
threat 20. Yeah, they're gonna
She'll chase them down, and if that unit's tanky, but are they tanky enough to not get neutered by Shalaxi? You only have to kill half of them, and then they're basically.
Can we measure? Are they within 24? Remember, you could start those deny train.
You could, that's a good question too. Where is Eldrad? Oh, he's with the Nightspinners.
Correct.
But
he only has offensive powers. He's got Executioner. He's got Doom.
Oh wow, okay. Executioner, what a smite power, by the way. Oh my gosh. 2d3 most of the time from that.
I would 10 times out of 10 take an Executioner over a smite.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's better? You take both.
Yeah, it's do both. Porque no los dos.
Screw it, just take both. Yeah. They're delightful.
Yeah, so we saw those bikes moving up. They're in a very defensive position here. This is a great place for those the Chaos Space Marine bikers. They threat any of this screen now. They can blast any of this screen away. and potentially open up charges if they need to for the big demons. Although I don't know if the Guardians are kind of, and the players are kind of just screening more Guardians and players. So at this point, I think it's just going to kill a bunch of guys.
I think the Eldar player is going to do one more turn in his deployment zone and try. I think he's just going to take the punch, and then push back outwards. Because I'm not sure if he blissed the Solitaire. If he didn't blitz the Solitaire, that means he's not pushing center. Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's fair too. That's absolutely fair. But I think that's what he wants to see how much damage his guns can do, because he does. He's the demons are very much the aggro seat in this matchup, right? They don't have any range weapons. Their threat isn't extreme. It's good, but it's not like across the table. And the Eldar, have more shooting, so they're going to see how much damage they can do with shooting. If they can take it out of Keeper of Secrets, great.
I have to ask, what shooting outside of those 3 vehicles?
So he's got the
Nightspinners.
Nightspinners.
12 inches.
The upside in this matchup of the Nightspinners, the bizarre upside, is that their AP0 does not matter in this matchup, right? Because almost everything is a 2+, or is a 5 at all, and so that's a lot of 2 damage to hit, on these T7 big monsters. He also has the ability to, that Warlock Skyrunner Council or Conclave isn't a primarily shooting unit, but you can fire and fade them, and you get they each shoot 4 times, right? So you get 36 shots out of the little guns, and if you get any singing spears in range, then it's even better.
So he has the 4 shots each, and Assault 4, Strength 4, AP dash. Unless he rolls a 6 to wound, and it's AP -3. He's got his Shining Spears, but that's one of those things where it's like they are obviously probably 30 inches away from the most of his demon chunk.
Right.
If he moves up there and he tries to nuke something, you either got to commit and try to get one in close combat, or you have to bounce out, and you're spending a lot of CP and you're jeopardizing. Yeah, see, he's
here we
just
go.
playing defensively. Yeah, he's just going to wait for the punch.
Now, so you play Eldar. What do you if you're in Antisocial Panda seat right here, what is your play?
I would run a different list. Not try to say like
nope, you're playing this list.
Not trying
you're
to say
stuck.
his list is bad. No, I know. I'm not. Listen, his list is good. I have tried to tinker with it. I went a little different of a route, but the concept's still there. I don't know. He's in a tough position because he can only throw his Death Star out there for really 1 good hit in close combat and 1 good hit in charge, and then he's going to have to survive the counterpunch. And the issue is with Slaanesh is, my God, are they fast? I mean, just look at this board. I mean, if he throws that unit out there, I think he's going to be able to get tagged on the way back in, because he can only quickening, and then that's going to put him at his final spot. Then he can obviously fire and fade, but you're still going to be within close combat range of those Slaanesh models. And I mean, you don't want to cough him up right now. I think he's doing the right thing. I think you wait till your opponent hits, and you play reactive. I mean, I probably would have been more offensive than him at the start of this game when it came to first turn, because the issue is he's most likely going to obliterate 1 unit for kill 1. Hobby's going to hold more and get bonus. So you go for a hold 1, kill 1 over your opponent getting bonus and then hold more. So yeah, it's interesting. I mean, because he knows next turn he's going to have Hobby in space. So you might as well lock down, see what you can do, and hold. Yeah, I guess I don't really know. Yeah. I mean, I probably would be screening those Harlequins a little bit more.
So I think I agree with you. I think this is the right play. Like we said, he has the guns, he has the advantage in shooting, and regardless of the fight, the strike first in melee ability, the closer in you get to any army, Eldar especially, the greater their damage output becomes. So what he wants to do, I think for the most part, is force those greater demons into him. If he can tune one with shooting up this turn, perfect. That's great. But he forces those greater demons in. He smites one for a bunch. He shoots him with the singing spears. That's a ton of damage on these big monsters with no armor saves. That's just an immense amount of D3s. And then he charges with the Conclave. If you can pick up 3 of those greater demons in that turn, I think you're off to the races. It's a game.
Oh, 100%. But the counter argument, because this is a hobby that we have to go with, is you don't want those greater demons sitting in your deployment zone, denying everything you cast.
Yeah.
And that's the one threat he now has to deal with is after this turn, he is going to have to fight over every single spell he wants to cast.
Yep.
And I think that's going to be brutal. I mean, because if one thing falls apart on that plan,
it is going to be tough.
It's a house of cards.
Yeah. Fortunately, I think part of it is that he's Antisocial Panda here is trying to kind of solidify his game plan a little bit, make it a little less dicey, because once those demons get into him, he doesn't need Quicken anymore, right? Unless he wants to do some real chicanery, he's just going to run up to him and he's going to shoot him and he's going to charge him. And you want the protect, you want the fortune, you want the guide and all this stuff, but it's not necessary to enact your game plan. The other thing too is that, like we talked about, Eldrad is full of offensive powers, and all of these casters, could potentially be smiting at these demons. And that's a lot of denies that the demons have. It's also a lot of casts that this Eldar army has. And the closer you get in, the more mortal wounds you start taking from those guys. I have seen Eldar armies rip apart, flyers, vehicles, anything that just casually flies by them, gets blasted by these random psychers that are all over their army, and gets tuned for a ton of mortal wounds. And I don't think that's something that we can count out in this matchup.
No, you're right. I mean, the Harlequins in close combat is a wild card. They can put out massive amounts of close combat attacks. They can shoot in the. I mean, they can put out a lot of damage. I think it's like 5, including the pistol each turn. But you never want to take the hit. You always want to be the attacker. You don't want to be the one that's playing reactively with a toughness 3 army. And that's kind of like my constant argument about Eldar is. You know what? They're great. They're whimsical. They're whimsy. They have all this cool stuff. But you are toughness 3. Okay?
Yeah, you're toughness 3 with a 5-up save there, buddy.
Yeah. The Harlequins have a 4 Benvol save. I know. Raise the roof. You know how many attacks those Daemonettes have in close combat? They will obliterate that squad of Harlequins before they're given a chance to counter.
Mm-hmm.
It's just interesting. Like I said, you always want to be the attacker. And you always want to dictate what your opponent does on their turn. And at this point, the hobby is in control of this game, and he now is in a point where all I got to do is withstand 3 shots from the Nightspinners, which, like I said, 3 shots. I'm guaranteed we're probably going to see one rolled. That's not a lot of shots.
No, Eldrad
shooting that.
He had a heart attack.
Eldrad.
It was too much for him. The stress.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't want to call it though. I mean, literally nothing has died.
So we have a guide going down onto the Skyrunner Conclave. That seems pretty strong. In case, just kidding, it moved. It's on a Nightspinner now.
Yeah, don't put it. It's only the shooting phase. Don't put
is it
on that unit?
The guides don't work. Oh, okay, yeah, that seems bad. Yeah, I think Nightspinner definitely the right place to do it then.
Reason I'm just lagging, so it's requiring me to hold my button down longer, so I'll make sure. So it's giving
looks like the players are talking about a little bit of lag. It looks like we do get a little bit of a ping spike here from them. So fortunately, it's a turn-based game, so not like we're missing shots in FPS, but it does mean that the interface is a little harder.
Yeah.
I think that's why these tokens are flying across the table and knocking models over right now.
Yep. There's Force Will. Okay, so now he's gonna be +1 to cast. Is it +1, +2? I think it's +1.
Not go off.
And I think it increases his deny too. I think he's +2 to deny with Force Will.
That's one of the ones that's worded bizarrely, right? Because it increases your deny during your turn, but you can't deny during your turn, right? So.
I don't have my Elder Codex in front of me. Okay, I was gonna drop some knowledge bombs. But, nope, that is not gonna happen. We're gonna have to take pure remembrance.
Yeah, Matt can pull up those psychic powers real quick.
Patrick, the Slaanesh player went first, but the Eldar player won the roll to decide.
Focus Will. Goes off on a 6. Pick a Psyker model within 6 until the end of the phase. When a Psychic test is taken for that model, add 2.
Yeah. And then is there deny to it?
No, just a Psychic test.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I do believe Eldrad, after he successfully casts his first spell, is plus to successfully cast his second and third, or possibly fourth.
What do you want me to measure from the keeper?
Yeah.
So Eldrad always casts the will first because it's the easiest to cast outside of a smite.
Yeah.
14.
So he uses that to buff him up for the rest of his psychic powers.
All right, there's 14.
But I mean, he's not in range of Executioner or Smite, so it's kind of one of those weird, wonky where he's meant to be close, but he's not within it.
Yeah, he's not fast. He's an old man with a walking stick. Where's he going?
He is. I think pound for pound, inch for inch, probably one of the best close combat units Eldar have.
Eldrad,
outside
yes.
of Howling Banshees, Eldrad is an absolute animal.
I made the mistake of wrapping Eldrad with a unit of Gene Stealers once, and he killed them.
And I was pinball save.
Yeah, he took no damage. He smited 8 of them to death, and then he punched the last ones in melee. I was flabbergasted. Looks like we have a Harlequin, which is called
Harlequin?
Veil of something.
Yeah,
and I forget.
Veil. Yeah. It just gives them a free.
Veil of Tears? No, that doesn't sound right. They move again.
Topical.
Yeah. And
too soon? Too soon for that joke?
Too
No.
soon.
Alright, and then the Warlocks are going to cast
Getting a
Protect,
little
so
bit of
8.
echo here.
Goes off on the 7. Alright. Give themselves
See if I can fix
Protect.
it.
They're going to cast. They're going to cast Quicken / Restrain. Let me check the range on that. Actually.
So Demon Claw. Go back to some of these the chat folks in the chat here. Demon Claw says we still haven't seen any rules for Psychic Awakening.
So it goes off.
The next Psychic Awakening is going to be called, or I think after War of the Spider, is going to be called Engine War. That has Demons, Knights, Chaos Knights, Skitarii.
Just say AdMech.
Well,
beautiful AdMech update.
So going back to the game, I don't know if I like this move.
Did he quicken him there?
Yes, he's quickening the council or the conclave forward.
Not forward. They're still behind the Harlequins.
Yeah, but those Harlequins might not be there after these Space Marine bikers have something to say. I imagine they can run around the wall and shoot the edge of that Harlequin unit.
Bikers are on the other side of the map.
Well, that Harlequin.
Don't forget his Warp Talons.
That player unit stretches all the way across the board, right? That's a 20-inch long line. It goes all the way to Objective 3. There's no way that biker unit can't move 14 and shoot the end of that.
All right. And
shoot the end of that
it.
player unit. And if they have so many buffs on there, they can wipe that unit real quick or open that charge right up for this Keeper Secrets.
He's got Protect on him, so they got a 3-up invul save.
That's it for.
Got Focus Will. I don't see Egg 1 to hit. That's going to be a big one. Did he fortune him? I don't think he fortuned him. That's going to be huge. You're going to want to give him fortune. It looks like they're not buffed up all the way.
Yeah, we're just protected.
He's only got jinked. Yeah.
I think this feels aggressive. As much as moving 6 inches farther forward is aggressive. I don't think you want to be within threat range at all.
The issue is as soon as he kills some of those Harlequins, he's going to be able to run right through and touch the Shining Spears. And I mean, if the Shining Spears lose 3 or 4 of them, that unit's useless. That unit cannot absorb losses and still be as effective as it is right now. Once it whittles, it is severely less potent for, i.e., less spells it can cast.
Yes, absolutely.
And then just for damage output, I mean, it still hits with a no AP weapon. I mean, it wounds on 2s. That's great. It's still 2 attacks apiece. 18 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s. No adjustment to the AP. It's not a lot. They are D3 damage.
I mean, I wonder if this is a clever bait here.
Okay.
Because it seems like with the Protect on, the one Keeper of Secrets probably doesn't do too much to the unit, right?
See, next
With a
next turn,
3+ invulnerable
target.
save. I mean, it'll kill 1 or 2 maybe. If he charges with 2, he spends 4, interrupts, and then leaves combat with that whole unit, and just leaves 2 Keepers of Secrets in lurch.
One's because of the Autarch,
Oh, he's shooting now.
and
Yep.
one free reroll because of our trait.
Seeing
So
that Master
this is-
Crafter's trait, which is so strong. Getting work done.
Did you see
converting
that?
those
You can
reroll.
actually you can throw the dice at the box
sorry,
and it
right?
goes in the box
Yep.
of rules.
Yeah,
I
you don't
never
have,
knew
you don't have
that,
to
and I'm
drop
like,
it. They just said 1 dice has to touch it, and it doesn't matter what the velocity is. Oh yeah, I throw with aplomb into that dice roller.
Why is it- why-
I literally just got my 100-hour achievement in Tabletop Sim, and I did not know that. So I've literally played this game for 100 hours on here, and I'm still learning. Okay. So it looks like he did 3 wounds.
took 3 there. I did that wrong before. I only rolled 2 of my Filmer Pains before. Can I do that?
Yeah, you're good.
Now, see, this could be considered a greed play, because do you go for the hard kill of the Greater Demon, or do you go for the easy kill one and go for the Daemonettes? Or the Cultists in the backfield?
Same thing.
One of these guys has the
Hold your
stream
objective.
open because I'm getting an echo. I think it's from them. You have headphones in, right, Colin?
Of course
I
it
assume.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna touch base with them real quick. Every time I turn their mics up, I get louder.
Fair enough.
Where did my Discord go? Come back.
K-Ray, I agree. It is Engine War, then War of the Spider. I believe AdMech are next to get the book with Chaos Knights. Patrick, I also agree that this game should be roughly decided by turn 3, but I think it's still anyone's game at this point. You know, neither of them have really taken any damage that matters. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Slaanesh player does when he slams into that Eldar line.
Hey guys, sorry to bother. Do you guys have the stream open at all?
Stream?
I don't.
Yeah, the live stream on YouTube. I'm getting some echo.
What do you guys think in chat?
I think it's
Think it's
from
going
one
to be
of you
Eldar? I
guys.
think it's going to be Slaanesh.
It sounds like it anyway.
My wife might. Hold on. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Cool. Thanks. Continue.
All right. And then that's it for my turn. Pretty uneventful.
Okay. Hopefully that fixes that
One
issue.
for hold. And you'll get hold more.
So he's at 13 wounds on the
Alrighty.
far left side or far right side board keeper secrets. That's a lot of damage.
13 wounds. He's taken. Oh man. Yeah. What were you saying about Nightspinners again?
Mhm.
Can you go back to that?
I mean, I run them all the time, and they never seem to get more than three shots. But hey, each their own.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, you're like, man, I wish I had gotten these players in range to shoot that with the with their shuriken pistols.
I mean,
See
I've
if
also,
I can pink a couple
seen,
off.
I've also seen easily. I've also seen a Knight player roll 3 6s in a row to determine if they blow up or not. So
Yeah.
I mean, at this
you know,
point,
I've seen that too. I wonder
have no
what
idea.
that was.
yeah. See last video if you want a good interest. That Knight really wanted to blow up.
So going back to the chat, Brennan O'Donnell is
was that?
bemoaning the fate of Black
What are
Templars
your Farseers?
with their little tiny,
Aren't we all?
yeah, with their poor little tiny
I have a strat. My deep strike stuff.
supplement that they got,
thing where
which
you can blast me.
nobody has played.
Yeah, I do.
It
I
was
played
pretty
against
bad.
it in a
was pretty
tournament
bad.
one time. It was not
What's
impressive.
the threat range on that?
I
How'd
think
that go?
he.
Be safe from that.
It was okay. I was playing a weird Tyranid list. I wrapped,
See, you'd have to
or I was
either
wrapped by their veteran squads, the Sword Brethren.
How?
They just went first and had frontline assault and just charged, got up in there.
How? I still wanted to.
He was
Is
in
that game
vehicles.
in your library?
He was in vehicles.
Yeah,
No,
well,
it was
sure.
it was
This is rhinos.
it was on a tournament. It was this is a couple months ago, at a real space tournament. So he had a land raider Excelsior, the command land raider that gives you the lieutenant and captain buffs.
Yeah, for
Which
like
was-
300 points.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great, but it was cool. But I think he had them in there, and then they bounced out, and then they, I think they advance and charge or whatever they do, and they charged my screening unit, and then the next turn they got into my warriors, and my warriors and then fought for the entire game, and my warriors won, and I also won the game. It was
Yeah, they're still just Space Marines.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing that unique
Well,
about
we have
them.
2 attacks and a power sword.
Now-
I was like, well, that's cool, I guess.
If there's any older players with us and remember Black Templar back in like 3rd and 4th edition, where if they lost any model in the shooting phase, and they would if they passed their leadership, they would run 2d6 towards your opponent, which I always thought was the best way to play Black Templar, and I can't believe they haven't brought that back. There's
I
nothing
know.
better than your opponent like. You're like playing against a guard player, and he's like, I'm gonna shoot my flashlights at your Black Templar, and you go kill one, and I'm charging you next turn.
Yeah. Patrick. Yes, I don't think Eldar killed any. They only have a hold on turn 1. That's not super surprising because the only Eldar guns on the table are the Nightspinners, theoretically. And they have solid profiles to shoot into these keepers, and I think the keepers are going to be where the game is decided. It's not going to be shooting at these Daemonettes and trying to pick up kills. So as much as it gives up 2 points for the Eldar player, I do think it's the right call to try to win the long game by taking those keepers out.
Yeah, I mean, and my argument is that he used 400 points of shooting to put 10 wounds on a keeper or secret. Like
Yeah.
I have a love-hate relationship with those guns. 'Cause I mean, Chad, you guys kind of get it. Like they're good, but 400 points.
He's
of
doing
shooting,
about
come on.
150 points of work with 400, and I think that is typically that's about the conversion rate that 40k tries to go for with its damage output. So I think he's on par here.
You've obviously never played against Tau. Tau will, for 270 points, remove 270 point units. Yeah, so I think HobbyWrecker right now is just doing all the math in his head. He's like, okay, I got to make a 4-inch charge here. And then he's also probably he's got a lot of ignore Overwatch with the Warp Talons, which are we're going to find out if he's going to forget to bring him in this battle round.
Yep, so they'll come in with
advise he
their
brings him in.
Warp Flame Strike special rule. They can't be overwatched when they come in. And his Slaanesh Detachment, or Slaanesh Chaos Space Marine Detachment, is Night Lords, so he can spend a CP to make their charge 3d6 when they come out of Deep Strike rather than 2d6. So they can... That's a pretty high conversion rate for that charge coming out, and especially since you can charge everything you want because it doesn't matter because they can't be overwatched.
Yep. Patrick, who's in trouble? Is it the Eldar or is it the Slaanesh player?
I think Patrick is saying that the Eldar is in trouble because he has not killed anything. But
Well,
he's
the Eldar
almost
also
killed
hasn't
this
lost
keeper.
anything.
He's almost killed this keeper. So
He's only got 3 more to deal with.
3 more wounds. That is half of 1 smite from Eldrad. Eldrad will casually flick his wrist and kill that keeper.
That's
it. Or that keeper stays behind and holds that objective for the rest of the game. I think is probably what's going to happen here.
One of the great things about Tabletop Simulator, and Chad, you probably agree, is I love watching their hands move across the board because you can see how their brain is functioning and like what they're trying to do with just like a whip of their hand on the cursor.
Absolutely,
it's adorable.
I'm typically I get some criticism sometimes in real life because I'm a very animated player. I move my hands around a lot, and sometimes I knock things over like giant ruins with tons of models on them. Don't worry about that though. In Tabletop Simulator, I can gesticulate freely, and I can never knock anything over with my tiny virtual hand. So it's wonderful.
Okay, we're just going to leave that one alone until at least the next battle round. What's interesting is he's going just to behind the wall. So it looks like we're going to play another round of chess.
Interesting.
I
think Eldar has played defensively enough that there's probably not any great charges for these keepers. The one keeper that's in a good charge range, like we said before, is probably bottom bracket at this point, I imagine. we have such board control on the Slaanesh side that they're gonna score hold more, they're gonna score bonus, and they're gonna get their recon very quickly, and so they don't necessarily need to engage.
I know, but he needs to start getting kills. I wouldn't be
That
against
said,
seeing those,
if he
seeing
castles
those
up
bikers
too
go
hard,
out.
then if the Eldar can block off enough real estate and bounce these Skyrunners in and out, they knock this keeper off with some shooting. They tune another one up. They come in with the conclave and they knock another one or two out. Could be bad.
See, I wouldn't have been against using the Chaos Bikes, put them on the other side of that wall, and putting some pop shots at least at the Guardians. Toughness 3 with a 5-up save. There's no reason he shouldn't be dumping shots into easy kills right now.
I can't imagine that these bikes don't kill these Guardians and these players probably in the front.
Also, there's nothing bad against a sacrificial unit your opponent has to deal with.
Right.
So, if those bikes were to go up, shoot the Harlequin squad, try to do as much damage as he can, and put himself in a better position to make your opponent have to react to something. You force your opponent's hand.
Taudark, speaking of hands, has chosen not to believe that I throw my hands in the middle of a game, despite the fact that he has hours of video of me doing just that, Mr. Kevin. You can go to youtube.com/advanced maneuvers to watch those probably from years and years ago playing for War Machine at Nova.
I'm so impressed you spent all that money to play War Machine at Nova.
War Machine was great back in the day. It was great.
Was it?
It was.
When
40K moved to 6th edition, War Machine was...
you mean 7th edition?
Yeah,
god
6 by
six was
comparison.
good. 6 was good. 7 was when it just got wonky.
I never played 7.
800 points of free vehicle.
I never played 7.
There
I
was
played one game of 6th. I did not love it.
The Space Marines had a detachment where all their each unit could have a free vehicle that goes with them in the games. So you could have a Rhino, a drop pod, or a Razorback with heavy bolters for free.
Sure. Why not?
So you literally had parking lots where your opponent would have like assault Marines would have a transport because they would still come in on a jetpack.
Here we come with
the blue. They would have a Rhino that could deploy.
We got the Blue Keeper secrets. Making plays. Looks like going for either these Conclave, maybe not with one, but I think she's going to go for the Nightspinners.
I think you want to put pressure on your opponent. You don't want to take another turn where your opponent's able to dictate what's going on. I mean, there's nothing. He needs to start causing damage.
How fast are Keepers of Secrets at bottom bracket? Do they degrade on movement? They do.
They do degrade.
So this is a little fast for this Keeper of Secrets here.
I think he advanced them.
Did we?
He rolled a 6, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's got a 6 right there. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they're down to 7-inch movement on their bottom bracket. I wonder if that... we might see the Sorcerer drop down this turn, but we're running out of characters to... I guess we're not going for a bonus point.
There's not a lot of great targets
point this turn.
for them. I mean, because whatever he tries to obliterate in close combat with the Storm Guardians, he's going to have the Harlequin unit. It's going to clean it up. So there's not a lot of great charges.
Yeah.
It's kind of a wonky game. Cerebral, as they say.
The old adage of it being a thinking man's game, I think, is perfect for this situation. This is absolutely a game that will be decided in one turn of melee combat, and whoever
who makes the mistake,
whoever screws that up is going to lose for sure. So these are awesome games to watch. I think this game is super cool. We have a couple comments in here. Patrick saying that the Chaos Player is waiting until turn 2 because of the Night Lords to come in. This is turn 2, so the Night Lords could come in this turn. I wonder if he's waiting to turn 3 in order to get better threat ranges, but he does have to move these keepers around the buildings, which is going to be tough. But if the blue keeper on the flank here is able to push up into this into all these Nightspinners,
Harlequins.
potentially kill a Nightspinner and engage the other ones, force them to move. That's a huge reduction in the Eldar firepower, and hiding behind this wall is not going to be as quite of a bad a plan as it would be otherwise.
And he's going to draw pressure off his front line by forcing the Eldar player to go deal with that Keeper of Secrets.
Yep.
So that's going to be huge.
Yeah, and that maintains this in sort of dominating table presence. He's going to get hold more. He's going to get recon. He's going to start to get behind enemy lines because this Keeper's going to get it. And he's going for primary, like a heavy primary push right now.
I agree. I mean, I got to see him. He's got to kill something, though. I mean,
yeah. We also might still see the Sorcerer drop down, and that Sorcerer does have a warp time. So we could see a warp time on these on the Bikers. They could, move out from behind the ruin, move again, kill these frontline units, and then try to charge into the back. Maybe not the Harlequins back here. That feels bad. But
I disagree. I think if he sends those charges in there and he's able to put 2 units on the Eldar player's front line that he has to deal with, he is forcing the Eldar player to basically spend a turn cleaning up those threats,
right,
while not putting himself in a good position.
Yeah,
because the next turn, he's now
keepers.
8 inches closer with all this stuff. I would not. I think a warp time on those bikes wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Put pressure on objective 3. Force those Harlequins to put themselves in a position where they're going to charge the bikes, obliterate. I mean, they're going to hit the bikes. The bikes are going to die. But the following turn, they're now in a position that they can get touched.
Right. Yeah, you're
smart.
peace trading. They're just going to play a peace trading game. Patrick thinks that the wounded Keeper should charge as well. I think they decided that the charge would have been too hard. With a 13-inch move, I think it would have been dicey. With rolling a 6 for the advance, maybe you go for it, but I don't know if that's the call. Maybe it is, because she's going to get blasted regardless. Like, she's going to get exploded by a Nightspinner. 3 wounds? Get out of here.
Yeah, but I mean, what happens if he touches 2 Nightspinners? At least one model. He's only got 1 left, and he's got the bikes, and he's got the blue. I mean, you want to put threats in your opponent's zone,
so they don't care.
Yeah,
they just have to
get back, but they don't have a lot of room.
They're -1 to hit. Yeah, but they can fly over each other, right? So if the Keeper touches like the outermost Nightspinner, it can fly over the second Nightspinner, right? Because they move 14, and just sit, next to where those green-based Guardians are.
Yeah.
Eldar tanks, it turns out, are very hard to pin down, I think.
Do they have? Well, they still take the -1 shooting modifier unless he gave them Spirit Stones. And if they do, remember, they can only ignore the movement penalty if they target the closest
against the front. Yeah, he's definitely going to reduce the firepower. At the very least this turn, I think 2 of those Nightspinners are going to have to move. And -1 to hits is probably not where he wants to... -1 to hits really hurt Eldar because they don't have a lot of full rerolls available. So it's it's going to be rough for him.
Casting Guide on a Nightspinner is a problem.
Yeah, that is important. Interesting tech that we might see engaged too next turn is to move the Contorted Epitome in front of the Epitome's fast. Once these Keepers engage, you can move it in front of the Keepers to soak the damage from Eldrad, because it ignores Eldrad's wounds on a 2+.
Yeah, that's true. That's interesting.
So I think that is something we might see next turn. Right now, it's not relevant because all those smites are gonna. If they hit anything, they'd hit this big blue Keeper of Secrets or the red Daemonettes. But next turn, when it gets dangerous, oh yeah, bikes coming out. Here they come.
Space Marine bikes. By the way, really good against toughness 3, 5-up armor save Eldar.
And I really like this meta shift that people are starting to talk about. Oh, let's play 300 models on the table, and these Space Marine players are going, all right, okay, I'll take these dudes who shoot 8 bolter shots. That seems good. Yeah.
When I played it, when I played against him, he did. I go, how many shots do they have a piece?
Yeah.
Wait a second. Slow down. Huh?
Yeah, I played for a while in my White Scars. I played Scout Bikers, and they all have shotguns, which is an additional 2 shots plus the The sergeant has a Stormbolter in addition to his shotgun, in addition to the 2 bolters stapled to the front of his bike. So that guy's shooting 10 times. That one dude. And oh boy, do they murk, sort of chaff infantry hardcore.
Oh, definitely Guardians. Or, I mean, like I said, I wish we could check range. I'd love to see him start putting some small arms fire into those Harlequins.
Yeah, I think he has to, because that charge onto the Nightspinner is difficult, if not impossible, if that Harlequin on the end there doesn't die.
Those Harlequin units, if they can get shot, they disappear.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see a Veterans of the Long War and potentially an Endless Cacophony out of these guys and just bang damage out on these infantry.
I agree.
Maybe Endless Cacophony is a little bit too much, but
he is sitting at a beautiful 11 CP.
Yeah, we got a lot of CP ready to go in the bank.
In the bank.
Yeah, Patrick's saying he can't wait till turn 3. I think I agree. We'll see what happens with these Deep Strikers. It's going to be very interesting if he decides to put them in, and if so, where they go. I'd like to see the Sorcerer come in behind these Daemonettes and drop a warp time on these bikers and get those bikers stuck in. But again, he might not want to get too close to the Harlequins. That said, I think he's already in threat range of the Harlequins because they could potentially double move. So
they can advance and still charge.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, and they're with 7 base.
There is a way to
there
is a way to spend a CP and give them a flat 6 advance.
Yep.
It's only 1 unit. This I guess.
But he could
game,
he could potentially get that flat 6 advance with 1 unit. They probably need a 7 or 8 inch charge. The other one double moves, and he gets 2 units into those bikers. The bikers are not Slaanesh Daemons, so they don't strike first. So unless he interrupts, he's going to get both those guys in.
Correct.
And plus, they're just regular Space Marine bikers. Not a ton of attacks with those guys. Just 2 each on the charge.
I would say put a caveat on any psychic power for the next 2 turns.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
You're going to see some brutal Deny the Witch rolls happening back and forth here.
Yeah.
We'll call.
Yeah, we'll see if the Shadowseer way in the back there can maybe get out of the bubble. But I think they're running out of table space pretty quick.
Eldrad ain't no slouch either.
Oh yeah.
Remember, Eldar get to re-roll their Deny the Witch roll too.
Yeah. So I'm psyched about this turn. I think this turn is going to be sweet. The next turn, between this turn, the next 3 turns of this game are entirely going to decide the outcome of the game.
Oh yeah, this is like what is this? Not a Michael Bay movie, but like you're building up to like a massive.
Yeah,
battle.
This is the climax of the movie right here.
We've had what an hour of talking.
Yeah.
Okay, enough of it. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's roll some dice. Let's move. Let's make some consolidate moves, boys. And then and then we'll see how things shake out. I think this is unlike the Salamanders and Dark Angels game. I think wrapping is less important in this one. I think those consolidate moves are not going to be quite as impactful because everything's going to be charging. You don't want to get shot by these Guardians, but I mean, if you got to do it, you got to do it.
That's the least of his worries.
Yeah. And so I think we're just going to see these 2 armies smash into each other, and we're going to see a ton of dead models.
I think I agree. I think what we're going to see is I think Hobby's going to get in there. He's going to be able to get some bad touches, and I think the Eldar player is going to have to play upkeep next turn.
Yeah.
Because I think you're going to have to protect your backfield, and then I think Hobby's going to slam into it next turn.
Yeah. Hobby's move this turn is going to absolutely push. It's going to dictate how Panda has to respond. So we're going to jump back and forth, and then
now. What's interesting is that Hobby pulled himself away from the bonus point this round.
Right. Yeah,
so,
that was.
You can see.
I did notice that. Yeah, I was wondering.
This is like the boxer.
If we don't keep that Keeper of Secrets next to the objective, because she's already wounded and she's probably going to die regardless of where she's standing. And then you jump the Sorcerer in on the bottom objective number 1, and you maintain that bonus point.
It's the infinite argument. Is a 3-wound greater or demon
Yeah.
worth 1 point?
I mean,
you know,
I think it
what do we
is at
do?
this point. I think we're gonna get blown up.
Smite.
Deuce. It looks like none of the Chaos reserves came in. We're rolling psychic tests right now, and they're all still off the table.
Gonna attempt to deny that.
He's waiting. He's waiting until next turn. Next he's pulling back his hand to punch.
Yep. I'm gonna
Next
turn the
turn is
players'
when he's
mics
swinging.
up real quick so you
Alright,
guys can
happens.
hear what's going on.
DC. All right. Pull.
Looks
these
like
three.
we're eating some smites on these players. Pulling the players away from where the bikes can get at them. That could be problematic. Problematic for the bikers, that is, not for the not for the players. That's where the
Yeah,
players
that's
want to be.
Yep.
And now we're measuring some distances. Very exciting. We're trying to get smites off, I think, just to chip in those wounds.
You can never go wrong with a 3 mortal wound smite on Harlequins. Okay.
Yeah,
Just go
but
right
Yeah,
over that
try-
invul save.
I
Symphony
mean,
of Pain
Deuce
on
is,
the
I think,
Harlequins?
second guessing that move over in the chat room, and I don't disagree with him. I'm not sure those players are in range, and he doesn't have his warp time on the table right now.
He's
So
still in the psychic phase, right?
It does, but it's the blue.
yeah,
one.
his warp
Oh,
time
I
is
see
in
what you mean.
reserve
Yeah.
though.
If you are the ones to cast or something.
And so if those bikers can't get to those players, I don't know if this blue keeper charges that Nightspinner. I think she charges the players and consolidates into the Nightspinner, but I don't think she can get to it.
Yeah, I agree.
That could be problematic.
11.
All 3 Nightspinner shooting next turn is going to be a lot of
the
damage.
Epitome will do
I mean, all 3 Nightspinners shot last turn only did 13 wounds.
Almost killed a keeper. And
That
with
is
this
true.
blue keeper in close in, this Warlock Conclave charges her,
Took them last time anyway.
post-fight moves, and gets back out of threat range
And-
along the side of the board here. And the Nightspinners nuke another keeper for 13 wounds or whatever.
She's
That's scary.
good.
Interested to see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you don't want to take those psychic tests. That's a constant calculation when I play my Grey Knights all the time. Is I want to do the psychic to get the free damage, but 40 Stormbolter shots is usually better than one psychic test.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I would have loved to see him obliterate the Harlequin squad behind and slam into the Storm Guardians, and then completely threaten that side of the board, forcing your opponent. I think that would have been this one.
Yeah.
Off on a
Yeah, I think those
Yeah,
bikes
that
need to
would've
jam in this turn.
I think
Or-
he probably.
or
and
just-
I hate saying like going piecemeal, but I think he
Yeah.
should have sent some points in there just to pin him.
Yeah. Yeah, he wants his
not
board control.
really seeing
And right
anything
now
else that
he's
would
not
make
really
sense.
getting it. I think the Eldar have an opportunity to move out. We'll see how much damage the bikes do though. If they can get the Harlequins in the
Correct.
back, that means like these Guardians don't really threaten them. They can just kind of run rampant on this side of the table. There is an
those bikes don't
Autarch,
do shit.
or oh, that's a Skyrunner. What's that guy doing? And in the middle of the forest here. Let me.
I'm just glad that by turn 2 we finally seen at least something dead.
Yeah, we're seeing some models getting killed.
He will spend a CP, do Veterans of the Long War.
Oh, he just used a CP on something.
Hey guys, real quick, can we fix the position of the this one Skyrunner that's in the forest? Where's that guy supposed to be?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Oh,
Appreciate that.
there he goes. All right, fixed it. Thanks, guys. Okay.
And then they're going to go ahead and
Who are we shooting at? I'm excited.
the ones that are in range of the troop will shoot at the troop. Actually, let me see something. Ones that are in range of the troop will shoot the troop. The other ones will shoot the Guardians. So should just be.
Come on. What are you doing?
It's like 3 of them are going to shoot the Guardians.
Looks like we're gonna split fire. He did.
There
4
he
at the troop, 3
He
at the
did
Guardians.
use the veterans, so we're wounding on 2s. That's gonna be a lot of
Correct.
wounds going through.
Oh yeah.
They aren't prescience though, so just hitting on 3s, no rerolls.
the same. Champions
Still
in
a
the
lot
back.
of shots.
3, 4.
These are the ones into the troop.
Patrick, I completely agree with you. We're on the same wavelength.
And then the,
Yeah, it should have just hammered in there.
because of the,
I think you should have put pressure on one
Yeah.
flank and then kept the center as it is for next
Yeah,
one.
I don't think the
Or even
Eldar
down
have the ability to deal with
freeze. Oh, all right.
all of the reserves plus the
Yeah.
3 remaining
4
keepers that matter.
Correct.
And if they
I would've liked
all
to
jam
honestly-
in there,
Yeah.
They have their.
I would have, you
on
know
a
what, you're
6,
100%
they
right.
stand
I
back
would
up
have
and they
liked
lose
to
their
have
final
seen
wound.
the blue Greater Demon on one side, the bikes on
So
another,
4
Yeah.
Talons,
everything
I don't
in
know,
there.
in the center.
Yeah,
and
what's
then-
he hiding
and then
out of
you-
line of sight from? Like, what's going to shoot him? These Nightspinners
Yeah,
that are
I
going line of
would've-
sight?
I would have thrown 500
champion
points in
has two
there,
Combibolters,
done as much
so
damage
it's
as you
a matter of
can,
shots.
and then on your next turn, after opponent clears it up, you go in with everything else and you smash whatever's left. That's what I would have liked to. I would have liked an all-out assault on the entire
And,
front.
Yeah.
They get no minuses to wound.
Or at the very least, bring in that
so
sorcerer to
right.
get that warp time going. Push these bikers way
Yes.
up in there and force
hooks.
that trade with the Demonettes and the players.
Three,
Get those players off the
'Cause you-
table.
6 die.
Yeah, because you have to assume those bikes are going to be gone by the next turn. I
Yeah.
mean,
5.
you go all out with them.
Right.
Oh, you only got 5.
Oof. Oof.
Oh, that's still leadership. No, you got 6.
Do you get
He
8?
doesn't have
There's only
great.
2 left in the gray unit there. Or they
Oh, I
start
was
with
talking
8.
about his,
Do they start
uh,
with 8?
CP
I'm
do
sorry,
the exact same thing.
the Guardians.
Oh, yeah. So the Gray Guardian unit, they start with 8 models, is that right?
Yeah, he had,
Okay,
he had
yeah,
small
so he
units.
lost 6, yeah. Oh, it could run away. What's the
Ugh.
distance on that leadership debuff?
I think it's close combat, or I think
Oh,
it is
maybe.
close. Yeah, I think maybe
Let's see.
Invuln.
Ancient Doom.
3 of them.
And
Within
then
3
Hiccup.
inches, so we are far away. It's also
Oh,
any
God.
Slaanesh unit. It doesn't have to be a Slaanesh demon, interestingly. So it works with the Chaos Space Marines. That's another reason to push them way far forward.
There we go.
We are
There's some
killing the crap
Harlequins
out of this
dropping.
Harlequin troop, though. Ew. Yikes. Get out of here, Harlequins.
2s.
Those.
Yep.
Yeah, then, let's see.
Make that many saves.
Back in the box. There we go.
They are
Yeah,
gone.
that's the Squad.
Yeah, Glargify, I think I agree with you. Oh, yeah, see ya. The Eldar can spread out and
Alright.
sort of deny threat range and deny engagement from the demons.
That's it for shooting.
On the flip side, that does give demons board control for
And
another turn, but I
charges.
think Eldar only need it for 1 or 2 more turns before they can push. They can push the attrition in their favor.
We will have the
Really
Keeper,
interesting game
Yeah.
from these two guys.
Yeah, great game. I mean,
charge
this is a skill level 100 game.
I know this
isn't
is awesome
Cow
to
versus
watch.
Cow versus Chaos. Chaos.
And
You know, this game is
the,
this game is some
The
top
Nightspinner.
shelf play right here.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Alright, so the Harlequins. Let's see.
Commentary's terrible, but God, the game is.
Yeah, get these jokers off here, man.
Have Harlequins within range.
They are generally wrong. That is concerning.
Yeah.
This should come with a disclaimer that's like here for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, I know some people are rooting for Elda or for Chaos Demons to win, so they can try to see Chaos. They can try to finagle the Chaos Demons versus Grey Knights matchup next round.
And I believe that's you, right?
That's me. Yeah. Uh-oh.
I believe that is you. I would also agree with that statement.
I'd be happy with either of these players advancing. These guys both know what they're doing, and their lists are super cool. Yeah, Patrick's saying, yeah, you want to pin the Eldar in force them into the center to fight and use warp time to do that. Yeah, I think we're on the same page there. I think that's what we would have done theoretically. Doesn't work if you forget to bring your reserves in, so I don't know if that's what happened, but who knows?
To give him benefit of doubt, I don't think he forgot to put his.
Yeah.
I think he is expecting to do a little damage now and a lot of damage.
His
Now,
his
I
other
know
spell
that Hobby-
is it the strength buff? What is his other spell on the sorcerer there? Prescience?
Now, in HobbyWrecker's defense, he doesn't play against Eldar that often,
Come all the way over there.
and Eldar is kind of one of those armies guys that you want to know what everything does. I think right now he's being a suddenly Susan. You know, he's being a little bit cautious, a little bit nervous. I think he's just putting a toe in the water to see if it's warm.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to watch this game and be like, oh yeah, that's what I should.
Yeah, we'll see how it pans out though, because I mean, HobbyWrecker's got a literal infinite more experience with this Slaanesh list than we do.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's played this matchup, and it looks like he did make it on that Nightspinner there around the edge of the player. Ooh, that's a big deal.
Please blow up. Please blow up. Please blow up. That's all I can ask right now.
On all those characters? No.
On everything.
No.
It's only D3 wounds. It's only D3 wounds.
It's not a repulsion.
But it's not an Invictor Warsuit for 6.
Yeah. Those things always blow. Fortunately, those things pop pretty often when they're in your opponent's deployment zone, though. So that's pretty.
Yeah, because they're in your opponent's deployment zone turn 1.
That's where they deploy.
Because it's a fair and balanced army. No, the Invictor Warsuits are so good.
Taudark is back, asking, do we have any play-by-play with the new Adeptus Sororitas? We don't, but I will clarify that with yet, because there are a ton of them in the T5S2 tournament.
Yeah.
And there are 3.
I'm looking right now.
If I remember correctly, one of them is pure, and 2 of them are heavily souped in with
They're
others.
Mixed,
Yeah. We saw Isante coming in playing a cool list with 3 different Imperial factions. He had Imperial Fists, Space Wolves, and a big backbone of Adeptus Sororitas. -1 to hit, it looks like, with the power.
Storm Gardens are here, going to advance.
Yeah, that was Hobby's powers are the ones doing the red ones. So that Keeper Secret's -1 to hit. But I'm really surprised that Secret that didn't kill the Nightspinner. That's kind of wonky. He must have rolled really below average for that.
Chat, can you let us know if you have any issues with the stream? It looked like on my end it dropped out for a second there, but I don't know if that's true. YouTube is a weird thing.
Yeah. Well, we only have 2 people watching on mine.
Yeah, we dropped from 20 down to 2. I don't know what happened there. I wonder if we dropped out for a sec. I hope not.
Oh, it did. It did drop.
Dang.
Everyone that fell asleep listening to our beautiful voices.
Oh, no.
We need you to log back on.
Oh, yeah, that's awkward. Yeah, it looks like it lost connection there. Weird. Well, I'm sorry about that, everybody. I'm not sure what to do to fix that, but...
Comcast.
Yeah. Yeah, my internet stayed around. Oh, it looks like mostly everybody's back. Welcome back, everyone. We had an internet hiccup happen there. I don't know what that was, but we are.
You can't invest an hour and a half to watching this. Yeah, you can't invest an hour and a half in watching this and not see what's going to happen. Let's all admit that we're in this for the long haul at this point.
We are in it till the end, hopefully.
Speak about yourself, Patrick.
Patrick is going to sleep. I'm sorry, man.
These guys are here, going to advance.
It's old age. Yeah, M0GW4I. It did not. I was actually also really surprised by that, because Demon Princes are pretty good at killing stuff in close combat.
That's Mogwai.
He only dealt.
Call him it's Mogwai. What are you talking about?
Why would I know what that is? I'm not a nerd.
Dude, it's lead speak, bro. That's old school.
Okay.
Mogwai?
I'm taking notes.
Don't feed him after midnight, dude. Don't feed him after midnight. Don't get him wet.
Gremlins?
Yeah.
Gremlins?
Yeah.
Aren't they making a new one of that, by the way?
They're making a new one of everything.
Yeah. Well, not right now. Not during the Corona.
So the Keeper got into... Yeah, the Keeper of Secrets, the Blue Keeper of Secrets, got into melee with the Nightspinner, did not kill it, but gave it a -1 to hit from her special ability. Yeah. Left it on... It dealt 6, so halfway dead.
Yeah, halfway dead.
Yeah, Mogwai is corroborating my story. There you go.
Of course he is. You knew how to pronounce his name. This guy knows.
I don't know anything about 40K, but I'll pronounce bizarre
see.
names on the internet all day.
Yeah.
Warlocks are going to.
Apparently knock over their
You
models.
guys are going to advance.
Push a midfield with all the screens.
We are advancing with the Skyrunner Conclave.
This is.
Are we looking for a Fire and Fade this turn? Is that what we're looking at?
Fire and Fade. We'll see. He's still going to be within charge range.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless
if I
he
love that.
bounces. Can he bounce behind the ruin?
Like behind
I
the
can't
ruin
measure.
in the corner? The corner ruin?
Yeah, where the happy face is with the hat.
So they cannot advance as part of Fire and Fade, right? That sounds right, right? They
I don't
just move
think
their
so.
base
Yeah,
movement.
you get just a base movement.
I think he's doing what we talked about earlier. These Guardians look spaced so that the Skyrunners will run into them. Yeah, that looks like what he's measuring. Does he have a way to advance and charge? Oh, he does, right? No, only in Samhan, right?
Yeah, only Samhan, or if you do Yanari.
But this is a mixed detachment. Is this the same Han? This is the same Han unit, I imagine.
I assume it is. Yeah, I'd assume
Okay.
you probably give it the same one.
Okay, so we're probably advancing and charging then, and doing what we talked about earlier. They're going to get into the bikes, kill the bikes,
Farseer is
bounce
going
back behind the
to-
Guardians.
Advance.
Yeah.
In other words, we call
I
it,
just
and we
apply.
are
Yeah.
brilliant. We're the
Full
best.
advance.
We're the best Eldar players in the world.
Let's see.
Top 100 ITC. Let's go.
Top 100. Mogwai, how do you paint squads like that in TTS? So there's an option to tint them, and it depends on
Dad's gonna advance.
the specific model that you're using. Some of them are textured so that they don't tint, but
Hey,
most
Alex.
of them will tint on the base.
Yeah, they do.
And you can select whichever color you use. I do that on my Tyranids, and it paints the bases different color to keep them separate. And we can see the same things happened with the Eldar here. Their bases are all colored.
Yeah.
Very, very useful ability to have.
But if you also go into the workshop in Steam and do searches for Eldar, Samhan, or whatever, you can find pre-made armies that have all the units that are already colored that way. So the Steam workshop has a lot of stuff in it, and it's grown exponentially over the last month.
Yeah, and you
He
can
needs to
also
let go of T when he moves his models.
you can also grab different models for units, and in Battlescribe to TTS you can link them up. So like we have a Warlock here, and he's using Shining Spears to be his Warlock Skyrunners, just to differentiate the sword model versus the spear models. And Battlescribe to TTS will label them all with the stats, like you can see on the screen right now. So there's no confusion there, but you can keep the word gear separate. There's a lot of little
and if you-
kind of proxy things you can do in TTS to make it easier.
And if you are an Eldar player, you can go to the workshop, and someone imported the models from Dawn of War 3. So they're actually a higher res than these are. From Dawn of War 3 at the for like Guardians or like their vehicles or like a Wraith Knight, and their Dawn of War 3 quality, they look sick.
That's very
You
cool.
can go ahead and go. I'm just gonna.
Has anyone in the chat played Dawn of War 2 Elite? Because they have a modded same Han color scheme or character set for
That's the
Eldar, which is sick.
That's the.
Their warlocks like have a sort of like these samurai robes on and this huge like plume of feathers out the back. It is the coolest looking thing, and it makes me want to start an Eldar army and mod it up.
Well, the great thing about TTS, you can play Eldar without having to spend any money.
Good one.
Yeah, that is true. You can we can basically free 40k. I don't know how much Dawn of War 2 is right now, Deuce, but the Elite mod is free. It's dawnofwar2.info, I think. I think Dawn of War 2 you can get for like $10.
Yeah, the game came out 11 years ago.
Yeah, it is old as crap. It's a good one though. I enjoy it every time.
Does not go off
I mean, you can get Dawn of War 3 pretty cheap too if you want to put yourself through that kind of abuse.
All right, so we're in an Eldar Psychic phase right now. This seems pretty important. I'm going to increase the players' mics here.
He's gonna cast, I guess, Executioner.
Ooh. Executing.
The Keeper of Secrets took 2, right? Alright. Goes up on 7.
Looks like the Keeper Seeker's down to 10.
Goes off because he's +1 to casting.
He does have Eldred looking right at him.
What does that do exactly?
It does D3.
I think that's Dawn of War 1 has 1 million expansions that bring all of the new or the different factions in. Dawn of War 2 just has Dawn of War and Retribution, in which I think you usually get bundled together. And then Dawn of War 2 Elite is a fan-made mod that adds a Grey Knights faction, which I like.
No, wait. There was in Dawn of War 2 had another expansion. They had 2 expansions.
Oh, they
They
had
had
Winter.
Chaos.
They had Winter Assault, or Winter War, or whatever it was with the Chaos or Chaos Rising, and then they had
Chaos Rising,
and then they had So on Steam you can get both of them, and the Elite mod is free.
Alright.
Anyway,
Let's
that's
see.
the moral of the story.
This Farseer back here is going to attempt to cast Guide.
Well, Darfunk Ninja, whenever you're ready to learn how to play, let me know.
We're going to... Let's see.
Yeah.
Do any of your
Ninja.
guys have -1s to
Yeah,
hit?
for sure, man.
In
For
range shooting? Yeah.
That being said, in comparison to all like figure games that are out there, I think 40K does have the best. I have been constantly
with that
impressed when I go to GTs or RTTs with the 40K players that
And
come out.
what
to
does
those
it? What does
events
guy
being
do?
adults, hygienic. Like it's very nice. I think we're very spoiled in the 40K community in the competitive setting, in comparison to like other games. Because I've seen Flames of War, which is a fun game. Don't get me wrong, but I've seen someone showed up dressed up like a Nazi at a GT in Provincetown a couple years ago. Super uncomfortable for everyone. Just don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one in the 40K community ever dresses up like Nazis.
Well, but not like an actual Nazi.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they didn't put the swastikas on the commissar outfit. I mean,
yeah.
All right. I'll say this: 40K certainly has the largest community.
I'm sorry, I'm asking all these questions, and it was this guy in the back that cast it.
Yep, that's fair. I played against a guy from
That is my
from
opinion on
Denmark
that.
today.
You sure did. That looked like looks like you guys had a good rapport
I'm gonna
going
try
too.
and have my Demon Prince.
I asked him. I was
the-
like,
the
"So you
white
guys are
people
really
guy.
competitive?"
Yeah, we're
He's like,
gonna
no.
pay-
He's like, the Swedes are very competitive, and I go, "Oh, you haven't."
He
you
did
haven't met
talk
the
a lot of
Americans
shit
yet.
about the Swedes. That rivalry is
Jesus, man.
very funny. They had the same thing in War Machine too.
All right, moving off.
The Norwegians and the Swedes, yeah. The Swedes, I think the Swedes had a rivalry with almost everyone, to be fair. But they were the most fun team. I think I played in WTC.
Both of the Warlocks because we're there with a
That's
of him. Let's see. He's going to cast a Doom now.
Ooh, who's getting doomed?
Alright, goes off with a 7. We're going to use our 1 reroll to reroll this dice. Alright, goes off with a 9.
So there we see
What
Eldar
power
using
is
the
this?
rerolls
Doom.
to psychic powers to buff
Three
the
cast
number to make it more
I'm
difficult
not
to
sure yet.
deny,
have to
even
declare
though
correct.
this power already went off. Very strong when you have this number of
Yeah, I
denies
believe
on the
it's
other
my
side of the
understanding.
table.
Oh yeah. Oh, easily.
I'm
Yeah.
relatively new.
And that's kind of like what we were
I'll
talking
go
about.
ahead and try
before the
to
game
stop
started.
it with
This is
my.
going to be a
Epitome
very
then.
who can roll higher. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
hate saying that in a game where you really have
I
to
got
roll
it.
higher, but
Alright,
both
good.
these opponents' second phases are going to matter so
I'll
much.
put it on to we'll put on to the what's her face? Shalaxi.
Ooh, dooming
Onto
Shalaxi.
her.
Wow. I wonder if that's where the
Then
shots
this
from
Warlock back
the
here is gonna
Conclave
cast,
is going to go, and then they're going to
Enhanced
charge
slash
into the
Drain
bikes.
Goes off on a 7, he's +1 to casting. Does not go off. That's fine. Then
Now,
these guys
all of
are
them
gonna cast
can't.
Protect slash Jinx.
Yeah, I think he's only going to have
1 second.
6, 7. I can see Shalaxi, but that's still
Yeah,
a lot.
the rest I think just cut down some Daemonettes. You might as well while they're there.
Yeah.
It's up to you. I forgot to do the correct timing of the Farseer
I
spell.
like how the most
Or,
protected
stratagem,
thing
I
in,
did
in
this
the,
right
in the
after he
Slaanesh
cast
players'
his last
army
spell.
is the Demon Prince.
But
Like,
one of the stratagem
you could have
that
put
allows
any
me to
other
cast it, it's up
model
to you.
right dead center where they're safe, but nope, you went for the Demon
Did you
Prince.
do another one in the meantime?
I
I
love
did.
this Demon Prince model that Hobby's using too. What a
What's
cool
the-
Slaanesh Demon
what-
Prince he's
what's
got
the
back
spell
there.
you're gonna
Unfortunately,
do?
it's behind the wall right now. We can't really look,
Focus
but
Will. He's gonna
oh,
give you guys
I got a
plus 3
good
casting.
screen of it earlier in
I
it.
just forgot to do that.
It's a
Just
pretty
use
looking
your
Not noise.
imagination.
Yeah.
It's Slaanesh.
It's
It's
gonna
Slaanesh.
it's gonna
And
jump
if
out
you
and punch some
localize
people
stuff
next
ahead
turn.
of
I
time,
think, and
that's
we'll
fine,
be
but
able to take a good look at it.
Let's just stick to the order of things.
Yeah, no worries. I just forgot. All right. So forget that. So they're gonna cast Protect/Jinx. It's +1 to casting. All right. Goes off with a 10.
Protecting
And it just rolled in.
the Death Star here.
Stop that with
Yep.
the epitome.
He's going to attempt to deny it. He rolled a 9.
That's
through.
gonna fail.
All right, we're going
Fail to deny.
Jinx. Let's see. No, wrong one. We're gonna Jinx.
He needs to take.
Same target.
He needs to get his finger off T.
Then
That's
they're gonna cast,
literally what he's doing. He's just causing gravity on whatever he
We're gonna cast,
touches, and it just drags
Quick
across the
Flash
bottom of the
Flame
map,
goes up in a
grabs
second.
everything.
On the cast team. Oof.
You see that, right?
He's
I'm not
doing-
the only one that sees this.
It's just doing it
He's
for
destroying
comedic. It's just
all of his
comedic
models.
effect. At least their paint can't chip in the virtual world.
That would, oh god, that would drive me. Nuts in the
Let's get some realistic
we're-
battle damage on these TTS models. How's that?
game. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That's it for there. So they cast Quick and Touch Restrain, Protect Jinx. Oh no, they only cast 2 spells. They're gonna cast one more spell. They're gonna cast Protect/Jinx. So Protect. All right. Goes off with an 8.
So we have
The last
Shalaxi
one cast failed.
jinxed
What was that?
The last one
and
cast
neg
before
one
that
to the
and
armor.
The one
doomed.
was,
It's
Quick
neg
and
one
Touch
to
Restrain.
it
save,
failed.
Yeah.
and she's doomed. I wonder
last
if
spell.
Try and
we
stop
see a
this
warp
from-
surge on her to try to keep her safe from those Nightspinners. Is that worth it?
Let's see. The Shadowseer back here is gonna cast.
I don't know.
Trail
I
of
don't know.
I feel like
I-
she's
off
just
with an
dead,
11.
right? Between the Warlock shooting and the 3 Nightspinners.
I mean,
I
they
think she might-
hit
she
on
might go down.
Nice one to hit.
they hit on 3s. It's one
And
shot
then-
each. I think Shalaxi's toughness 7.
Who
Yep,
minus one hit?
Well,
the
they hit on
the spear.
3s with the spears, but they also have 4 shuriken shots each, right?
Yeah,
And that's a
Alright,
lot of
um,
5 ups to
and
wound
then
re-
they
for full
cast,
rerolls from Doom.
let's see.
but he's gonna dump everything into that one unit. What
Into
about the
Shalaxi?
bikers? What
He's gonna
about
cast,
yeah? But what about the
Pathways.
bikers? What
They're gonna
about
charge
the
the bikers.
Daemonettes?
You're gonna charge him.
Goes off with a 7.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The Shadowseer back here.
Okay. Yeah, that's out of range.
I don't know. I played against HobbyWrecker,
And
and
then she's gonna
Shalaxi went
make
down very
these guys
early
again.
on, and listen,
Move
those
again,
demons
again.
still stuck around and still did a ton of damage.
Oh yeah, I mean she's just the scariest keeper of secrets, but the other keepers of secrets are still keepers of secrets. It's not like they're not
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah, I mean, well, one of them can't kill a Way Serpent.
I know,
Or
yeah, unfortunately.
a Nightspinner.
That is the big downside of I think especially against Eldar is when you get to melee and you don't kill the thing you're charging and it feels bad, but then Eldar just move out of combat and still shoot you. Like, great, thanks. At least this Nightspinner is going to be -2 to hit right now because of the -1 from the Keeper's ability, and then it moved and is firing heavies.
Correct. So you're hitting on 5s.
Yeah.
Now, but here's the question: that Keeper of Secrets is still there, and he had to move 2 out of 3 of his Nightspinners. Does he dump? He has to dump
This
everything
is
into
my
that Keeper.
second
That
phase.
is a good
Shooting
point.
phase time.
He might
I
not
mean,
have
that you.
the
Nightspinner
punch.
Is,
Yeah, I think it looks
so
like
he's
we're
my
gonna-
Start of
one.
the- Here, I'm gonna do.
What's up?
I'm gonna spend
And
2 CP.
May we all forget
to,
there is
I think we're
a
seeing a warp
10-man
plus 1 invulnerable save.
There is a
Okay.
10-man Warp
Alright.
Talon unit with a Sorcerer that's coming in next turn.
So we did see the warp
Nightspinner
surge on
that fell
Shalaxi.
back is going to shoot
So he
for
might
tickets.
Panda right now might just turn around and
So,
focus fire
minus
this
1 to hit,
blue
correct?
keeper now
Yeah.
to
You
make to
ignore
waste
the
that warp surge.
Moving and heavy weapons thing.
What does Warp Surge
No,
do?
so I'm hitting on 6
It
now.
increases the invulnerable save by 1.
2d6
So
hit.
Shalaxi's on a
Oh,
4
so
plus
she's
back to a 5 plus for Jinx.
Well, Jinx, so
Rerolling
she's back to a
once for
4
the
plus now,
Autarch.
right?
Does she have a 4 plus base?
And then 1 free reroll.
She's named Greater Demon. I would hope so.
No idea.
What is she? Bellacrust Crawl, who
One,
doesn't? Who has a
so
5-up? A 200-point HQ choice for that grab
I
back?
mean, yeah, but she's also basically not wearing any clothes, so who knows?
Alright.
Shalaxi Hellbane. Let's
The
look at her
next
data sheet here.
Nightspinner, the reposition's gonna.
Call.
She has a 5 plus or a 6 plus invulnerable or a not invulnerable save,
Stay
a
on 4s
DPR.
now. Rerolling once because of Autarch. Rerolling
Oh,
free
we're in the
reroll.
shooting phase.
Woundy on 4s.
2 hits.
Reroll.
She's just a 5+ demon save as far as I can see.
Alright, nothing there. Then the next Nightspinner. Oof, not going
Keeper
well.
took 2 wounds.
Hmm.
Blue one.
Alright. Hitting on 3s.
So just, oh god, it's so messy.
With these dice
Just
going
pick
to
them up
box.
and drop them in the box.
Reroll.
There's 4 misses out of 5 dice on one of the
Going in the box.
Nightspinners.
Wow, yeah.
Over it, yeah.
Yeah, he's shooting the Nightspinners. He's at
What
the
is
second
happening
one
with
right
this?
now.
This dice roller is not accepting the dice.
No, because he's not drop. He's doing gravity on everything. I don't understand what he's doing. I can't place it there.
There we go. Okay, that one worked.
Oh my
4s.
god! You got to teach a seminar in this on TTS. Man.
I'm
Next
not
week's-
as familiar
next
with
week's
this
video.
gravity with this gravity issue, I think, as you are. I've never experienced this.
He's just heavy thumbing the T button.
Yikes.
Okay,
I just
Keeper
realized
just I
these,
think
the twin
took
trick and
all
catapult, it's up to
3
you. I just forgot to buy
of the
those
Nightspinners.
into
It took 2
the-
wounds,
Oh
3 wounds.
no!
Keeper as well.
Oh
These
no!
guys,
What?
it's up to you.
See what I was telling you?
That's fine.
Oh no!
Sorry about that. So,
I think we forgot to resolve the shuriken catapults
alright,
from
so
that.
just 4 shots per. So 4.
Too
I'm
late.
going
You moved
back.
on to the next
so
one.
The guy that didn't move.
Did it already.
No
Too
roll-
late.
no
You
rolls.
moved on to the next one.
Then Woundy on 5s.
Yeah, fortunately, we said in the packet here we do have prize support for this tournament, but we're playing it very,
Alright, 2.
very laid back. The prize
Yeah.
support is
Just 1 damage.
not the most money that anyone's ever won. It is one small chaos.
And the next guy is.
Now
the
a
top
game
player.
like this, where you know it's going to be just down to the wire, I'd be like, hey man, sorry,
5s.
gotta do all your attacks at once.
1 more.
If one side was rolling the other side, okay.
Good. Don't believe this one's in range.
Oh,
Alright,
God, I have something I'm
let's see,
sending
the
you right now.
Autarch. What does he have? Autarch's just going to toss a grenade at him, D6 shots.
Yeah, Patrick's saying he sees iron crosses on Imperial Guard. Yeah, Imperial Guard definitely occasionally
2s,
tread
3 rolling
the Nazi
1s,
line
Woundy on 5s.
pretty close.
Nothing.
Yeah, I think
Well, I guess
legally
one,
you
two,
can't
three
say
rolls
that.
for
Well, whatever.
They're
Command
World War
GW.
One Germans.
Yeah,
They're World War
that's
One
true, that's
Germans.
true.
They're not World War
Oh,
Two Germans.
Yeah,
There is a
Then
difference
these
between the
warlocks are going
They're-
to.
they're pretty
all
close to the
within
line,
range,
though.
Except for the
Yeah.
back one.
World War One Germans were the bad guys. World War Two Germans were
All their
Nazis.
shots, their spears,
Yeah.
and then their
There
bounties
is a
to-
slippery
so
slope
actually-
on that one.
Yeah, Shalaxi's got a 5+ invulnerable. Warp Surge
30
cannot make your
or
invulnerable
not
say
30,
better than a
so
4+.
One guy's not in it, so it's 32 bike shot.
So it doesn't matter if she
If
had
it-
a 4+. We would
Let's
be.
check line of sight here real quick.
Something tells me these are the bikes
They
shooting.
can all see her her arm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Feel free to check. I won't be insulted.
Ethan, which kit do you want the spider out
Very
of?
good.
I'm
Just keep it
curious
on.
now.
Yeah. Hitting on 3s, rewind failed. I can get them to roll. There you go. And then woundy on 5, rewind failed.
27 hits.
Is this on Shalaxi? Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 15 wounds.
Ooh, saving on 5s? But she does have that
Five
DPR.
ups.
6-up DPR.
I thought it was 4s.
No, because she's jinxed. And her save is decreased by 1.
But didn't she
Nine
warp
damage.
surge for +1?
Right, so she starts at a 5+, and she is a +1
Oh, I
and
gotcha.
-1. So it's just
I
gonna
gotcha.
save.
Damage.
She takes 7.
Yikes.
Then their
Doom,
spear-
Jink.
9.
Guided.
Yeah.
Their spear shot.
I mean, the shooting out of the Skyrunner Conclave feels
What was that?
almost in
Range on
like
the spears?
ancillary.
12
right?
as well. Everyone except
Yeah.
the last one. I guess I should
Yeah.
have. Yeah. Seen.
I'm interested to see what he charges.
I think it's good. He's set up to charge his bikes for sure, and then
Here come
Nimble
here come
escape
the
out of melee.
Meltas.
Never had this much issues
Here come their.
this game before.
Oh God, I want to fix his computer so badly.
Rewind failed.
That's all I want to do. Some kind of cancer going on in this
Just,
computer. I
just
wanna
bouncing back
fix.
and forth on that
Upper
cardboard
profile.
box there.
Jesus.
Yeah. It does look funny.
Rewind failed because of Doom.
Oh,
Okay,
Shalaxi,
eight
this
wounds
could
of
be
Shalaxi.
curtains for you. That is a lot of singing
Jeez.
spear wounds,
She's
and that's
dead.
not a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
saves.
And
Ooh,
D3.
You make 1 out of 8.
yeah, jeez. I think she
Yeah, I
is
think she's
gone. Oof.
There you go.
I mean, the blue one did survive, but losing
Six,
Shalaxi to
eight,
the
nine.
to the shooting here is a big old deal.
Yep.
Oof.
Okay. Let's see.
Wow. Yeah, this
That's
unit
what all the
with all the buffs.
That's what it all does.
That is a
It is a
And then
500
for my
point unit
shooting
though.
Phase,
Yeah.
Charge phase.
I want to reiterate. This is a
Yeah.
500 point
We're
unit.
gonna charge
this is
the-
9 HQ choices.
And it's actually not fair to even say it's a 500 point unit because it does take a Farseer and another Warlock to buff
they're
it
gonna
up to where
charge
it
the
gets that level.
bikers.
So actually, it's a 700 point unit.
I mean, you were taking those guys anyway. You're not going to make an Eldar list
Yeah,
and not
that's
get,
fair.
not get
That's
the
fair.
Warlock
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
Farseer in there.
I'm not arguing that the fact you're making sense. Like, I get it.
Yeah, Farseer, who has been touted in the past as the best HQ choice in the game. I don't know if that's true, but it sounds good, so I'm going to say it.
Pro tip: Shining Spears are half the points and same amount of damage.
But they can't nimble escape, though. So what's the point, though?
They can't nimble escape, but yeah, they can.
No, the Shining Spears don't get the Windrider host keyword.
Oh, no, but there's a stratagem they have that allows them to do it.
In
one seat
Windrider host.
I mean, I got their
No.
frost symbol.
In the Eldar, the actual one for
I'm not sure that's
Apparently
true.
Can't get it in the box. There we go. All right, one guy takes
Yannari.
1 damage.
just do
I'm gonna
Yannari.
give it to the guy in the back.
Do you already have it?
All right, charge is.
They used to.
Let's
Was,
look at
wasn't
their
that wasn't that
Yeah.
the
There we
the big rage
do
issue of was it,
Alright.
spring of 2018 Yannari?
Let me measure out range real quick.
It's got an 8-inch charge.
All right, that's within an inch. All right, cool. So let's see, put them within or within an inch, but then within 16 they can jump back.
Yeah, so we're
Yeah,
we're gonna hit these
Yeah.
bikers hard and then try to nimble escape out.
Yep, and try to hit
Looks
that.
like he's
that
setting
back-
up for
back
that.
zone. But here's the issue: the blue Greater Demon's still there. He still has 2 other Greater Demons
Yeah,
and a Demon Prince.
That blue Greater Demon tanking all
the
that
front
firepower
of the
is
base.
gonna be problematic.
Yep.
Yeah. that's
She
what I got
is
here.
mid-
mid bracket
everything-
right now.
Yeah, but it's still there, and then he still has the Warp
Is that good?
Talons.
I'm trying to get it-
He's
we need
still
to get it
gonna
back a little
these
bit.
Shining
Position.
Spears are gonna peace out, perfectly acceptable.
No, that was
But the counter punch is gonna be there.
Corey asked if this is a 4x4 game. It basically is. We're playing everything on the Eldar side of the table. We have 2 units of
Wait, this is-
cultists sitting on the last 2
this-
feet, holding 1 objective.
I thought we were doing Kill Team.
Yeah, are we playing Kill Team over here? What
Is
is
this
this?
Kill Team? This is the Apocalypse version of
Yeah,
Kill Team.
yeah.
It's just a normal game of 40k.
So, Sung, welcome back. How's it going? We are on the bottom of round 2. This is engaging very early because they're 2 very fast armies, so we're going pretty slow in these first couple
that's
rounds,
it
but I think it's
for
going to speed up really
my,
quick. So the
charges.
score is a little
Right, phase, I'm gonna pile in.
a little deceiving right now.
You
Right now
spend
it's
the
9
CP
to
to
2.
be able to charge.
We see the
That is gonna change.
yeah, that'll change pretty quickly. We see the demon player has dominating board control, but the Eldar is doing what Eldar do, and they are slowly whittling away at these greater demons. One of the keepers has been reduced to 3 wounds from shooting last turn. Another keeper made it into combat, but has taken 6 from the Nightspinners. And Shalaxi Hellbane just got pulled off the table by the shooting from the Warlock Conclave. So,
except for one are within an inch of the
it's an
Trevor.
interesting game. We have 2 enormous threat range lists trying to jockey for position, and I don't know which direction it's going to go right now.
See what the 16 inches.
So Trevor, if you actually look at the secondaries
Or
right
do
now,
anything?
this
Yep.
is actually very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to get recon. The hobby is going to get recon. He's
There.
going to get Butcher's
Good
Bill. He's going to get behind enemy lines next turn. He's going to
Yep.
kill 1, hold 1.
Yep.
You're looking at the Eldar.
Yep.
He's got another big
All
game.
right, so
Mhm.
Recon.
everyone except for
He's
this
not
guy.
getting recon.
Then
He's only getting
it's 2
if he
attacks
kills the
per guy,
bikers, he's got 1 mark for death
18 to
with a kill 1, hold 1. We might reach a point where the demon
2
player gets so
seconds
many
real
more
quick.
points that it'll be just too hard for him to even catch up.
Yeah. That is true, but I think if he is able to protect this conclave, and I mean
You're
keep
good.
a relevant number of CPs, he's down to 6 right now
They're down
already,
3s and they're
which is a little potentially problematic. If he is able to keep that conclave relevant, turn 3 onwards, they bounce around the battlefield so quickly that they can very quickly recoup that score, I think. That's something I see a lot with Tyranids. When you play into aggressive matchups with Tyranids, you play very defensively, which is strange for Tyranids, and you use the mobility in the late game to recoup the score. So you have your Gene Stealers that are at 40 inches, and you're bouncing into the cultists in the back, into these units that you can wrap and then jump off of. And this, it seems to me like this Eldar list plays very similar.
Okay, so one.
But you're looking at turn 2, where the only thing dead is Shalaxi on the Chaos player's side.
Yeah, but I mean it's Shalaxi and almost 2 more keepers, so it's not like Eldar's not doing anything.
Yeah, but a keeper's still alive.
Keeper's still alive, yeah.
That and this one.
Yeah, we still have a full keeper, and we have this Demon Prince here. That Demon Prince is he's got the sword. The sword is
he's
pretty strong.
He's got wings.
He's
He's going right for that objective.
Yeah,
he's going right to the center.
All right.
I think he's going to put so many threats on the Eldar player's line this turn. The bikers are obviously going to explode. But he's going to put so many threats all over the Eldar player's deployment zone that it's going to be like he's going to have to fight for his own deployment zone. And I think he's got enough garbage to sit on objective 4 or 5, hold more, and just constantly get the bonus points.
Wow.
The Eldar player did pick Recon.
So we did see the Skyrunner Conclave annihilate those bikers, and now we're seeing the Nimble escape to jump. Because they killed them, they don't have to fall back. They can advance. And so they can jump 22 inches away.
Nice.
So this is exactly what the Eldar player wants to do. He wants to rocket in and out with this unit, with this big, huge Death Star, and absolutely crush. Sung coming in with the hard-hitting questions here. Are you ready for this?
Another one?
Which one of these lists looks more fun to play?
Sisters. Or not sisters, I'm sorry, Slaanesh. Easily Slaanesh. Sisters.
Coming in right out of... I think the Raptors list looks fun.
This is gender specific. The females.
Slaanesh looks more fun. Interesting. I would say Eldar every time. That's
No, because Eldar games are the exact same. If they get the buffs up, they're just gonna smash. At least with like Slaanesh, he's gonna have to get in close, do all his phases. I mean, I like the games against Slaanesh more. I think they're more exciting.
They do seem more straightforward though. They're a little less finessey, I think, because you're gonna smash into melee and hope it goes well.
Yeah.
Eldar.
I think he can not.
Yeah.
I actually bringing up what we talked about last turn. I think if he would have dropped those Warp Talons, that whole turn would have been very different.
Yeah, I think what we were talking about. I think the Slaanesh needed to go hyper aggressive because they just lost 2 of the biggest threats on the table right now, in Shalaxi and the Chaos Bikers. So right now they're just hoping that their board control can win out. But it's only turn 2. They have to get through 4 more turns of this Skyrunner Conclave banging on them. It does look like, though, this Conclave, I don't know if this is where I would have put the Conclave. It is a better position for them to be in, but they are very wide open.
They are. They're going to get tagged next time.
I might have gone behind this wall on the side.
Yeah, that seems a little too aggressive.
So yeah, they can get hit by the Warp Talons and potentially one of these keepers next turn.
Correct. Yeah.
But I mean, if he wants to burn all of his CP, he can interrupt and then Nimble escape out, right? So they do always have a reset button. On that.
So the Harlequins on objective 2 are going to get blown up.
Right, they're good there.
The Keeper Secrets behind the lines is still there. He's going to tag probably 2 of those serpents or 2 of the Nightspinners again. He's got both demons. He's got his Demon Prince and he's got the Contorted. That's going to probably push right into the center. The blue is probably going to hit the Storm Guardians, and then the Warp Talons. I mean, he's going to put a lot of pressure this turn. Even with what dropped is. I mean, I know it's good the Eldar did a lot of damage, but they still have a lot of stuff this thing.
Yeah, it seemed like the Eldar Panda did a good job of screening out right here. He has these great bubble screens out from all of his most important units, except for the Skyrunner Conclave. They are basically taking up the center of the screen. That said,
But
is it
in his
are they
defense,
are they close enough? Are the players at the top and these purple guardians close enough to bump out the screen from this ruin?
And then
I wish I could measure.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's gonna. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. I don't. It looks. I think you can get a stringed Warp Talon unit out, but that's not what you want. You want them all in a big area where they can jump on those. On those units.
A bit more painful.
I'm thinking by the white Daemonettes, you could probably plop them right there.
Advances.
9 inches, right by the white and blue Daemonettes.
Did we not? I don't believe that this conclave is buffed either. They have no defensive buffs on them currently.
Okay, so he jumped up to 8. He got kill more. He got hold 1.
Mm-hmm.
Got 3 big game, no recon, 1 mark for death.
Actually, yeah, that'd be great.
Here we go, boys. This is about to be the fight.
Yep.
Waiting an hour and a half for this. Get your drinks ready.
Yeah, this is it. This round is going to determine the winner of this game in round 1 of the T5S2 tournament.
Actually, that
we had we're 9 to 8 currently. What's that?
BRB.
Okay, yeah, you got it.
I'll be right back.
So here we are. Yeah, we're measuring out this.
This guy right here.
We're measuring out this
Closer.
Deep Strike in for these Warp Talons. I think is going to be a pre-Deep Strike pre-measurement. It does look like he has a landing zone right in the top, right in the center there, that he could potentially get into those Skyrunners.
That's their home.
I think that this is the turn that the Slaanesh has to jump on those Skyrunners, force them to spend those CP to jump out of combat. Unfortunately, they lost those Bikers, and the Bikers are the biggest access they have to shooting. There's almost no shooting in the rest of this list, besides some auto guns.
Blue advancing.
So we'll see if they can kind of survive that. Looks like we got a bunch of people in chat. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's enjoying this game so far. So, from our opinion, it's been a really good one, and this turn is going to be insanity. And I'm super excited to see how it goes. Right now, I think Eldar probably is in favor, but as we saw in round 1 or the first game we streamed today, you fail a couple saves, and that game could turn around real quick, especially with a big, huge, expensive unit like these Conclave.
Okay, what'd I miss?
We measured out the Deep Strike for the Warp Talons. It looks these blue dots in the center in this ruin are the edges of the Deep Strike, so they can come in behind those.
Was that the player? Oh, so he is going to bring his Warp Talons in. My big fear was he was going to forget them. That happens so many times.
No.
Not just him, like everyone.
Yeah. Micah coming in. Yeah, that's a good point too. That the Night Lords, because they can Deep Strike into this ruin, and Eldar did not screen them out, they can get an additional +2 to charge. Plus, they have Raptor Strike, so they could get an additional
there it is, yeah.
D6 from that.
Well, they're also 3d6. Pick the highest. I mean,
yeah,
they're gonna hit you.
They're gonna make that charge. We're not worried about them making that charge. What we're worried about is where they can be placed to make it most effectively. And I don't think the Eldar were good enough at screening them out. I think they have a perfect spot in here if they want to get into those Conclave.
They have a 13-inch, right?
I'm not sure that they can. Actually,
right. Yep.
Can they freeze the Conclave? They can freeze the Conclave in place, right? It's any non-vehicle.
They can freeze. Anything non-vehicle. Because they can freeze Tau broadsides. They're not broadsides, but riptides.
Yeah.
So if they can get riptides, they can get the Seer Council, and that Seer Council is about to. Well, I mean, the first thing about it is that Seer Council is about to take 50 attacks to the dome with protect to free up save.
I don't think they have protect on them. I don't believe they are protected right now.
They have guide.
Yeah.
I only see guide. Oh shit.
Yeah, I think this might turn around, guys. So if we're able to get
is now. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say Protect is right now sitting on his dice rolling table, so
Yeah.
I do not think they have Protect.
Oh dear. Yeah, no Protect, no Fortune. Yeah, Warp Talons
think
don't
that
do a
might
lot
have
of
been
damage, but what we're
huge.
worried about, I mean, just punching Toughness 4 models is always going to be good, right? But the thing that we're most worried about is if HobbyWrecker's able to get a big Greater Demon into that unit, which is what he wants, because he wants to punch the crap out of them, and this is the turn he wants to punch the crap out of them. If he was able to put the Warp Talons and the Demon in, then he could only swing with one potentially because the Conclave has enough CP to
That's full advance.
to interrupt and then nimble escape out. But if he touches them with one Warp Talon, as soon as they try to nimble escape, we have come for you, and they freeze in place and they can't fall back.
And they can't fall back, which is huge.
yeah.
Micah, no, you are. They don't do a lot of damage. I 100% agree. But those Seer Council does not have Protect right now, so they have a 4-up save, and they are a Toughness 4 model.
I'm gonna triple check the wording on "We Have Come for You." Make sure I'm not talking my butt. Okay.
I think it's any vehicle that can't fly. Yeah.
All right. So absolutely, they cannot freeze them in place. Actually, we are super wrong. Use the stratagem at the start of your opponent's movement phase. So never mind. I was really excited about the interaction, but it does not work like that. So I'm sorry. That's my bad.
Yeah, but Micah, as I was saying, the Seer Council loses a lot of its potency the more models it loses. So if he's able to knock out 3 to 4 of them, that's going to be huge.
I got way too excited about an interaction that was super illegal.
That's fine.
But it was so cool though.
Have you ever tried to gauge how many different rules there are in 40K
Yeah.
from like all the different armies? Have you even tried to like?
So Micah, We Have Come for You stops any non-vehicle or Titanic units from falling back. The downside is that it procs at the start of your movement phase. I started the opponent's movement phase, so you cannot block interrupt fallbacks like that. Is the issue there? So I mean, we might just see those guys go in and just try to punch, these Conclave. I don't. You kind of run into the issue that if they don't have enough damage to deal a lot of wounds to these guys, they go in and they punch them and they just give them free movement with nimble escape. So, if these Conclave are able to jump over this wall and start beating up demon or greater demons, that could be problematic.
You also have to look at the two Keeper Secrets, the Contoured, and the Demon Prince that are right in the center of the board that he hasn't moved yet. Right. He has a lot of pressure that he can slam that unit. It's fully known that unit's going to win or lose the Eldar player of the game.
Oh yeah, I mean,
all Hobby has to do is just smash everything he can into it, and then it's over.
Yeah, yeah. When you write down a Skyrunner Conclave on your list, that's it's kind of what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
You're like, well, here we go, boys. you 9 guys have to kill everything and do all the work. So.
It's not 9. You have the supporting Farseers, you have the supporting Warlock. It's like 11.
Micah, toughness on the Skyrunner bikes is 4.
Yep.
It is not high. They once they don't have that 3+ invulnerable save, they can take a lot of damage.
Ethan, it is 4. Even Eldar on bikes become toughness 4.
Yeah, it's essentially a base 3 Warlock toughness +1 for being on a bike. It's kind of a holdover from old editions when bikes used to give you a parentheses toughness value.
Yeah.
Which was.
But they are strength 3, if that matters.
Yeah, it does not, because their weapons always win on 2s.
Always on 2s. And look at that. There it is.
Here we come with the Greater Demon. Oh, man.
He's just going to go right into those guys. I think not having Protect and...
I think, yeah, that's...
The -1 to hit.
So that's I think that's to your point that the massive number of denies that this list have, plus the Contorted Epitome is +1 to deny as well, right? I believe,
Sure.
It's such a dominating position on the board for these models. Where are you going with that demon prince?
He flies, obviously.
He flies. Oh yeah, and he's got the locust to advance and charge. Right? Looks like he rolled a 6. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Woo! Here we come. So yeah, I wonder if it's going to be enough.
This looks like a lot of pressure to me.
This is a lot of pressure, but I think those... Micah, can the Epitome get there? No, the Epitome is a cavalry model, so she's got to go around these walls. I think it's unlikely that she can get into the all the way around. A long bomb charge, you could probably do it. So I think he's gonna try. Yeah, she's
I'd probably go the other way though.
There's nothing really. Oh, you just fight the Harlequins. Yeah, she is really good at fighting Harlequins. I think Hobby is probably really... It's probably very important that the Epitome gets there to stop that fallback. That's because he can't... We have come for you. It is probably... That's the most important charge he has.
I think you're going to see the collapse of the Eldar players' left flank, his right flank, and I think you're going to see enough hate going towards the center that he's going to crack it. Because just looking at this from an overview, and then throw in the Warp Talons and the additional Psyker.
I could be wrong.
I mean, he is going to just slam the Eldar player this turn. He has to make sure he still gets recon. Oh yeah, he's already got. Yeah, he's got green and red locking back two down.
Yeah, Patrick, the Slaanesh, the Epitome can stop the Conclave from falling back, which is why we're saying that this movement right here is so important. It does have to make that 3d6 leadership roll, but what we were talking about at the very start of the game, Slaanesh units have a 3-inch aura that gives Eldar -1 leadership. So that's going to be pretty relevant. So if that's probably an 8-inch charge, if I were to eyeball it, which I am bad at on tabletop simulators, so we'll see it when the players measure it. That's going to be an insanely important charge right there.
Just a minute to set these up.
We also don't have the ability to measure.
Yeah, we can't measure, unfortunately, in spectator mode, but I'm sure
Here
we'll
they
see
come.
it.
He didn't forget
I'm
him.
sure we'll see it.
He did not forget him.
Yeah.
What does that look like? A 7-inch charge to you? Maybe an 8?
From the
contour?
Yeah, so a 9. This is the blue is 9 from the blue line is 9 from the Guardians, and she's probably an inch over. So it's probably an 8 on the Guardians, if I were to guesstimate. This is I don't think he's going to have an issue with it, but it is an interesting positional problem because Hobby can't afford to block any of his charge ranges with any of these models. He's got a lot of real estate on these Skyrunners, but the Skyrunners can use an interrupt potentially to get some movement and stop his opponent from piling in. Exactly.
You know the one thing we're forgetting though? The Slaanesh player shooting phase.
We have not even he's forgotten his shooting phase every turn so far.
Hey, those cultists have auto guns, and those auto guns actually have a fairly decent chance of killing Harlequins.
They are good against Guardians, that's for sure.
Rapid fire strength 3, hits on 4s, wounds on 4s.
Yeah.
He's got 20 shots into those Harlequins.
Ethan, yeah, we were talking about the Epitome charge. She probably hits the Guardians, but I still think it's an 8-inch charge for her. So that's going to be a huge deal if he's able to get in there.
You realize we've played the whole game literally, what is it? Yeah, 3 feet by 4 feet.
Except for those auto guns, though. Those cultists in the back holding down the fort.
Yeah. those cultists are like, I can't believe I survived this battle. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's not a ranger.
So what do you
Ethan's saying
think?
the
What do you
Epitome
think's
could
gonna
hit
happen if
the
that is right?
infantry underneath and swing its wide base out. I'm not sure it's a 6-inch bubble for the fallback, but she's more than 6 inches from the Guardians. So the bubble doesn't matter unless she makes that charge.
Maybe this 1, 3.
Unless I'm misunderstanding you.
1, 2.
What were you saying there, Colin?
3.
I said, so what do you think at the end of this battle round, what do you think is going to be
I look
beat
good.
left to the board?
What do I think is going to be left?
On the board, correct.
Oh man, I think this Demon Prince is going to be there because it's a character, and something's going to block for it. I think all of the Eldar on the red side of the table here is going to get blasted. That's going to be obliterated.
Just outside of
You think this game's going to be pretty tough?
I
now?
think
It's
the
now
night
best
I think the
players
Night
to lose.
Spinners are going to be alive.
I think it'd be good, right? I think you got the room for right, so it doesn't really matter. We'll be good.
The white
roll that
unit.
good
I think you're looking at a unit of Daemonettes there, Ethan. That's those are not Eldar.
Use here.
They perhaps were once Eldar. I don't know how demons work. But I guess the Epitome could stop them from falling back. They probably do not want to fall back out of melee, I would imagine.
Yep. So we'll go ahead and bring them down there.
Yeah, we have all of the Eldar on the table in this nice same Han scheme, so very red to differentiate from the
Yeah. Just hits.
the bizarre Technicolor of these Slaanesh Daemons.
They're just hard blues, hard reds.
Yeah.
It's easy to work with.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Let's go with that.
Okay. Let's see, how many?
You could tell these are both very skilled players. Even with all of this, how long this is taking. Like you can see, like it's not just like
per guy
passive
kind of, or
combos.
3 attacks because of the lightning claw.
There's a lot of measurements. There's a lot. I'm assuming they're both double checking rules. This is a really high skill level game, which is actually great.
Yeah,
to see.
and we see the players taking it very seriously. We said before that we are trying to make it kind of more of a laid back tournament, but it is still a tournament. And these guys, they want to win, and they want to get that win on the scoreboard. They want to get that win on stream too. So, nobody's being a dick or anything, obviously, but they are being very careful to play everything by the book, and that's going to decide this game. It's going to be intense.
This is going to be crazy. Yep. And
Actually,
like I said, it's just been building up.
Yeah.
We're gonna pass on that. We're gonna let them. We're not gonna shoot at them.
Sure.
Oh, so we were considering.
I'll be able to shoot him anyway.
Just to talk about the players we're talking about there, we were considering a forewarned on the Skyrunner Conclave shooting into the Warp Talons.
I would highly advise that.
They decided not to.
Where's the Farseer?
Because the Farseer is right behind, or right inside the Warlock Conclave, actually, right next to this Demon Prince.
Were they talking about it?
They were, and they decided not to. I don't think there were enough models in range of the Warp Talons to make it worth it.
Here we go.
That's fair.
It'd be a lot easier if this was in person.
They do have a lot of close range weapons.
Ethan says the Keeper is also a same Han unit, just wants to ride its bike.
Wait, nope, not done with movement yet. I got this Keeper over here.
Keepers of Secrets ride their bikes with no handlebars. These the lack of flying stands on the Skyrunner Conclave is throwing me off every time.
It's actually magnets. It's literally just magnets.
Yeah, it's like an
Futures now.
anti-grav field there. Yeah, it's a little floaty magnet. Yeah. So there's a Skyrunner that's at an angle, and it looks like it's a flipped upside down base, but it's just the base of a model that's kind of up on top of something. He's up on top of this objective, and he's a little messed up.
Sounds good.
Hey. All right, psychic powers.
Okay, we're going to psychic phase. It's a big one.
Here we go. We got red, white, and blue. Got these guys.
So we can see the Slaanesh player here has very clearly marked out his psychic powers. We have Shalaxi. They're in the red, white, and blue keepers in all their cards. This is awesome, and I'm going to do that in the future for my psychic powers. No, I'm not. That's what I play Grey Knights. I'm going to make a spreadsheet. And
this is organized chaos.
Yeah.
Pure organized chaos.
Yeah. I have too many cards when I play Grey Knights, so I'm not.
He also might have Asperger's. We're not sure.
white will do Bane of Slaanesh on good on the the Conclave.
Okay.
Goes off on a 6.
All right. That was from the white one.
So we are casting
We'll try to deny that with
Mortal
Eldrad.
Wounds from Pavane of Slaanesh onto
So I
the
need a 7.
Skyrunner Conclave. Trying to soften them up.
All right, deny it.
Blink him down.
Looks like it's denied, though.
Oh, look like that's not a hard cast
That
on
one
6.
will smite
Yeah.
the Harlequins right there.
So, yeah,
He's
we're seeing some pretty common practice from the Slash player here. He's just trying to get his garbage powers out first and bait out his opponent's denies. I imagine that the
100%.
Eldar player has enough denies that it's not really going to matter.
So
But
each Farseer has 2.
Yeah.
And then
We'll
the
try to do that
Shadowseer
with
has
the,
2.
the
The
Conclave?
Warlock Conclave, I think, has 2. Yeah, he's got more than enough
Right.
to shut everything down. Then I think Eldrad has 2 or 3.
yeah, but I think it's a standard operating procedure that the spells you don't care about as much you're going to cast first in case your opponent wastes denies on those.
Yeah.
And Eldrad has a bonus to deny, right? So he might want to see if he can get
Plus,
those denies out of the way first.
so all Eldar Farseers get 1 reroll for deny the Witch. So they
That
can
is
reroll 1 or both
sick.
dice.
That's very good.
Oop, there's a
Alright,
hard 10 for a cast,
And
though.
that's just a regular smite.
Yeah, what he's really saving up
T3?
for here essentially is this Symphony of Pain, the -1 to hit. He wants to get that on that Conclave so badly
And
to really
That's
screw up
brutal
their
for
their
shooting and close combat.
yeah, really mess up their interrupt. I think that buff there can really neuter their return damage output.
100%.
put Delightful Agonies on these red Daemonettes.
Okay.
We're putting some Feel No Pain or damage prevention into the Daemonettes. It's an interesting
That
choice.
goes off.
I feel like it would want to be on the
Which
keeper.
one's- the 5 of Feel Pain? Okay, that's fine.
I mean, I think he's looking at the charge, and then he's looking at the close combat, and then I think he wants that unit to stay around long enough that next turn against it, you have a chance to clean up some more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you want to kill something with a Feel No Pain, you have to dedicate more than enough shots to be able
Red
to do it.
will.
And the issue with this Eldar
like
army
the,
is when you start dedicating a lot of shots, there's only
Storm
a few
Guardians
units
right
that can do it.
Okay.
Because you do not
That's a
want
big one.
Daemonettes running around your backfield.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just let it happen. The Storm
Yeah, Deuce, that's a good point there. The
3.
Symphony of Pain actually only hits the nearest enemy.
And
Oh no.
Oh, that's not that big of a deal then.
So it's actually if it goes off, it's probably gonna hit Guardians.
Alright.
So yeah, that's a good point, Deuce. It's actually not.
Got 3.
It's certainly not the horror out of Tyranids, which is what I play
Um,
with most of the time. So I wonder if the play wasn't to try to get rid of these
Will
Guardians. He was
Smites.
casting his Pavane so it would hit
which
the
one's
Warlocks,
closer?
but I wonder if he tries to get rid of those as many as the Guardians as he can to get one of the -1 to hits.
That's an
I
8.
don't
That'll
know.
work.
I mean,
That was a
I think Hobby has to understand that whatever he wants to cast.
see,
is
and
gonna
who's
be
that
an
into?
uphill battle. Just with the pure fact of being able to re-roll his Deny the Witch from Slaughter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just an overwhelming. I think you have to make a
Taking the
contingency
green.
plan.
Yeah, we're gonna try
What
to
happens
stop
when
that.
this does not go off?
You rolled
Mm-hmm.
8.
So this all the
we'll
Keepers
stop
of
that
Secrets
with-
were
Okay. 8 again. So we're
kitted
gonna
differently.
Try to stop that with
This
Farseer
one
back here.
has a sword and
stop
a
with 9.
shining Aegis. Is that the DPR shield? Let me take a look at that.
Let's see here. Demon Prince.
So the shining Aegis, yeah, he's a 6+ DPR. So she's
How
already
many
got the
more,
6+, but I would want the
denies do you have
5+,
available?
or I would want the 5+ on this Demon
1,
Prince.
2, 3,
I don't think we
4,
care about these Demonettes.
5,
What are they gonna do?
6, 7.
They're gonna fight some Guardians.
Quite a bit.
Okay.
More denied.
Yeah,
Don't
so the
count
first,
out
I'm
Daemonettes.
marking
They
them
have
with
3
the
attacks
with the dice.
apiece.
So the Conclave has 3
2
total.
with a neg 1. I mean, they're going to rip through the Guardians.
Oh, sure.
The issue with
But
the
he has
Eldar
2
player is
units
he
of
doesn't
them.
have
He
a
has
lot
2
of
units.
models.
Eldrad has one
So
more.
The issue with
you
the
buff
Eldar-
you buff 1 unit of
Eldrad
Daemonettes,
might have
right?
two more.
The Demon Prince will smite.
And then you have another one. So if somebody's going to attack them, they're just going to attack the one that's unbuffed, right? And I don't think any other attacks are going to go into Daemonettes. Like you're gonna shoot at these Warp Talons. You're going to hit this Keeper.
The
I mean,
Sorcerer
I'm
will
looking at this
cast
as an issue for level or for turn 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
The Eldar player
Flaggers
doesn't
on
have a lot of
the
stuff
Demon Prince.
left that's going to be effective at that time frame.
Right.
He's going to lose
Goes on
Harlequins.
10.
He's going to lose his Guardians.
All right.
He's
Which one's this one?
he's going to get another Keeper and the 2 more Night Spinners
Look,
this
feel no
turn.
pain
I
on
mean,
Demon Prince.
he's only going to have the Seer Council if it
Sorry,
even
flagging.
survives this hit.
Yeah.
He still has to
Oh,
play.
no pain, okay, got
You know,
it.
this we're looking at turn 3.
Yeah.
He's still got 3 more turns after this.
6
Yeah.
up is on the red ones.
And Recon,
Oh, wait.
how is he going to get
Like
Recon?
Wagner? Isn't
That's
that a
my
6 up?
question. Like, how are you going to
The
achieve
the
this?
demon
Yeah.
one is 6 up.
Because
Yeah, he's going to have to
You
fall
think
back
it's-
on those
over
on
here?
those Skyrunner characters. I think real hard.
Yeah.
They're going to have to
Um,
carry the
this
game
one's
if the
5 up.
Conclave goes down.
Oh, okay.
Big game,
oh,
we
the
got it.
Mark of
He's going to
Flash,
get
got
it.
it,
Mark
got
for
it.
Death is going to get a
Okay,
little
yeah,
bit
that's
harder now. Recon, I don't see how he's going to get Recon.
Mm-hmm.
And you're looking at
Oh,
4
okay, so we
points
did
just
put-
off into your opponent.
We'll cast.
Maybe we did put
Sorry.
agonies on the
Prescience
Demon
on
Prince
Warp
here.
Talons.
Unless he has a. Is there a. Yeah, Delightful Agonies is the 5+ DPR.
Yeah, 5+.
That doesn't go off.
Is that right? Oh, maybe I got my powers confused here. So the Delightful Agonies is a 6+.
And the Epitome
What's the
will
5+
cast
one?
Phantasmagoria.
The token
Oh.
he put down says 5 up.
Oh, this card might be wrong. This one says
That
6.
does not go off.
Okay. Maybe we don't rely on those cards for information anymore.
Ugh,
Is that a Chaos Space Marine versus Chaos Demon thing?
Alright.
Where the two.
there are two.
Shooting.
There are 2 separate cards
Oh,
here from 2
great.
separate codexes.
Oh,
This is Chaos.
super
Demons,
cool.
Chaos.
Thanks, Chaos. Thanks for being so confusing.
Guardian unit with his bolt pistol.
Yeah. Which Guardian unit?
Oh, we are doing a Slaanesh shooting
Yeah,
phase
yeah.
right now. We are shooting a
That's
bolt
one.
pistol at the Storm Guardians.
Hey,
Yeah.
Say what you want.
5 up.
Say what you want.
Fail it.
Oh, no, that
Oh,
wasn't good.
killed him. What a shooting phase out of the Slaanesh player. Wow.
All right.
Phenomenal.
No, he's got the auto guns from the champion or from the cultists that are going to obliterate the
Oh,
Harlequins.
you're right. Look at these beefy boys back here.
You know the game's going good when cultists are your VIP.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Thank you
Patrick
for one kill.
confirms, yeah, the Chaos Space Marine power is a
Harlequins.
5+ DPR, and the Slaanesh one is a 6+. Oh, great. Thanks, Chaos Demons. Thanks for being just worse than Chaos Space Marines. Aw, that makes me sad. Yeah, Ethan, that power does sound bad, but when you're running... When you have access to 8
3
powers
moves.
out of a discipline of 6, I think you have to... You got to take something.
All right, 2 down.
He just killed two Harlequins.
Oh! We have killed 3 models this Slaanesh shooting phase. This is the first Slaanesh shooting phase. Oh no, we shot with the bikers last
No,
time.
the bikes are good.
Okay.
Last hit for shooting.
All right.
Womp womp.
Go ahead and charge.
Gotcha.
Okay, here's the charge phase. I'm gonna put it back to
We'll
the
start
players
off with
here.
the Blue Keeper into
Yeah, let's
this
go.
Night Spinner.
Okay. 2d6 shots. 1. All right. Rerolling 1s because of Autarch, and then 1 to reroll. All right. Wound on 4.
Ooh,
One.
a wound goes through from the Nightspinner.
All right.
Mhm. 2 wounds.
2 wounds. Does she take them? No, she
Got
takes
1 damage again through.
That was incredibly relevant because if both had gone through, that would have bracketed her to bottom.
Correct.
Yeah.
Stay at a 3 if you're Autarch here.
And then I forgot I need to do my twin shuriken catapult real quick.
Oh, but we have
And
the
she only
catapult.
charged 1.
Go ahead.
She only charged
Rerolling
1.
1.
She's got 6
Autarch.
wounds left. She can't afford a
hitting the
multi-charge here. And she's not going to kill more than 1.
All right. 1. Wound on 5s.
Yeah.
We still have our wound reroll. Nothing. All right, you're good.
All right. These Daemonettes will charge these Harlequins right here.
Okay. All right, one's gonna throw a grenade. And what's the toughness of a Daemonette? 4, 3. So windy on 3s. 1. All right, good. And then, so yeah.
Let's hope we hear Ancient Doom ability at some point in this battle round.
It's going to be very relevant if this epitome gets in.
That's all I want to
It's
hear.
gonna
Is
be
your Eldar are
massively
now
relevant.
leadership.
It's. Let's hope the Slaanesh player remembers it, because it is an Eldar power. I mean, we'll remind them, but we've been excited about it the entire time.
Hey guys, I know this is a tournament. Make sure you read all your rules.
Yeah, it's a that is a non-optional rule there, sir. you will take your -1 leadership, and you'll like it.
Chad is getting really passive aggressive on us. We're gonna need you guys to make sure you read the rule books, please. Well, that unit's gone.
More generally, if psychic powers have the same name, they are the same psychic power for the purposes of psychic focus.
Okay.
So is that
All right, we're gonna go ahead.
So psychic focus meaning that
do
they cannot cast the power multiple times.
a bunch of things with the Warp Talons.
We might have to correct them there.
We're gonna spend 1 for from the night, so they'll add 2 to their charge roll.
I don't know.
Or that's 1 for from the night, and then we'll
not
do
TOs.
1 for Raptor Strike.
Oh, I am. I guess technically as of yesterday or whatever.
And so they will charge everything.
Yeah, here come the Warp Talons.
Overwatch.
They make the
What's
charge. 9. Oh
Overwatch.
yeah.
But they
He's
ignore
saying
watch,
plus
right?
2 to it, so he's really got an 11.
Okay.
Okay, so it's going to be 3d6.
So it looks like we
4.
can only have one
All right.
Delightful Agony's out, so I'll just let the players know
Be
that.
very surprised if they fail this one. Yeah.
Okay. 79. Yeah, 13.
13.
Um,
All right. I'll
That's
be
good.
the one I cast first, I guess.
Well, you can give it to the Demon Prince. I figured if you had a choice, you'd probably choose the Demon Prince because that's more important. No worries.
okay, we got that worked out. So,
Problem solved.
yeah, problem solved. The Hobby was actually willing to remove the second one he cast, but Panda was very nice and said that he could pick whichever one he wanted to remain on the table. So it was obviously going to be the Demon Prince.
Oh, what gentleman.
Yeah, good show of sportsmanship here. I think we got this is an intense game, but I think we have a good rapport between the players. It sounds like they're working with each other to make the game, get the game resolved in the most sensible
Yeah,
manner.
I have personally played with Hobby multiple times. I've never had an issue with him, and he
Having
is
an entire room full of judges.
good player. Like, he's
What was
not
that?
nothing that he does is meant to be like he's cheating. Like this is a very complicated game,
You know,
especially when
the idea
you're
of playing
looking
on
at
the
a
screen
screen.
from here is a little nerve wracking.
You know, I mean, this is a little difficult at certain points.
So I missed some chat while I was talking to the players. Ethan asked if the Tiger King was named Greater Demon, which one would he be?
Carol Bliskin.
Is she a demon?
She is a demon. She killed her husband. We all know it.
So I
Yeah,
should
she
have
is
them
a
all being
keeper of
touched.
secrets. Am I right?
That's so good. I was going for a demon prince at Nurgle, but yeah, that works too.
See, Demon Prince. We'll do these guys.
I think they're
These
both
guys
keepers of secrets. There, man.
first.
I think everyone in that
the
freaking
white
show is a
ones
keeper of
here.
secrets. Just a bunch of Shalaxi Hellbanes running around.
The blue ones
Sure, I
will
saw the marker
charge.
corn on her when she was walking somewhere.
These Eldari.
We're saving this epitome for last. I wonder.
Charge.
Is
The Skyrunner
he going to
unit.
block his own charge here?
Okay.
I hope he can get that. Oh, I guess it's a bubble though, so it doesn't matter.
We'll charge the
Yeah.
the
He
Harlequin
just needs
back
to
here,
make a
too.
charge with that
So he'll get
model.
a couple pistol shots.
He needs to maximize the amount of attacks he can get.
So
with everything.
just these two
He
units.
has to go ham.
In fairness, if he
Are these included?
if he gets the epitome into the Guardians and wipes them, then the Talons
So they're
could
charging
then
the
pile into the
Conclave,
other side of the Conclave potentially if you wanted to get more
the
attacks on.
Harlequin troops, and then
I
the
would-
Guardians
would-
or no?
Would he attack the Guardians first?
Yes,
I would
and the
imagine
Guardians.
he'd put his
Okay,
most
gotcha.
attacks into
So it's from the blue,
the
so
Warlock Conclave
blue.
before he
Everyone from the
erupts.
Guardians
Yeah,
are
I
blue.
don't know what the call
So
is.
8 shots.
I mean, from my opinion, is
I think
he would
he-
put as
yeah, I
much
think-
deck as he can into the.
Maybe he does the
Down
Demon Prince
sixes.
into the Conclave.
Nothing there.
I don't know. I think Warp
Then
Talons might be the best option.
See the
Yeah,
Try to
maybe.
get as many as you can in there. But I mean, remember, they're only toughness 4 with a 4-up save.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 3 wounds apiece,
Alright,
but
all of the Warlocks in the Conclave
you
are
kill
within
3 or
range
4 of
the
them,
blues.
it's a huge deal.
So it's
they're
30.
in-
And remember, you got to look at what's going to happen the next turn when there are
Oh,
only
the
8 of
Warlock?
4 of them.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Let's see. So the Harlequin troop
I mean, let's be honest. He went ham across the entire deployment zone.
looks like 3. One guy's gonna throw a
Yeah.
grenade into
This is what we talked about. We kind of wanted to see last turn.
One
It's just
grenade.
everything in the Eldar player's face. Now, in Hobby's defense here,
Nothing,
he's
and
in a
then
much
two
better
pistols.
position to deal damage than he
Nothing.
was last turn, but he's got less stuff on the table. So
He's lost one thing. 2 things:
he's-
the bikes,
he's
and
lost the
Hellbane.
bikes and Shalaxi, but he's got two keepers that are almost dead. Ethan, yeah, this does look rough for the Eldar, but we have 2 fail cases here that could potentially end the game. One is the epitome failing this
We'll
charge.
touch the Harlequins there. Oh well.
The other is it failing its no fallback. I think you have to take the chance that it
Getting-
fails its no fallback aura
getting up
with
on
the
these guys
Eldar, because if it fails that roll, I think you win straight up.
One of your Daemonettes is
I think
suspended
this
in
is
the air.
how
but I don't know how to
Slash
take her
players game
down.
goes. I think he is at the end of this turn.
We have a Demonette
end of this
in
turn-
midair, hanging out.
At the end
I
of this
guess that
turn, you're
ruin
going to
just
see a
has a model.
significantly less amount of Eldar
Wow,
on the
interesting.
flanks, and I think
Yeah.
you're just going to see it sitting at the
So just an
center. And
invisible
I think
wall.
it's going to be a
good
hell
enough.
of a
We know what
match to
she's
try
at.
to get this score to be back up.
Yeah.
Because you're basically coughing up hold more at that
Yep.
point for the rest of the game.
Yeah, guys, you
If
can
I make a
actually
score-
delete the outer walls of the ruins because they have a huge hitbox. And it for the central elves at least, it maintains sort of most of the ruin. Oh, and so that's what's keeping those guys on top. Yeah.
Ethan, I
Yeah.
100% agree. Those tanks are going to do some work. They have been
Demon
okay
Prince
so far. They've done, I think, a total
will,
of 16 wounds in 2 turns to 2 Daemonettes, or Greater Demons. Yep,
A
here
Demon
comes the
Prince will
Sorcerer.
charge. There's
Yeah, Ethan. There are no fire dragons on the board, so I'm not sure what you mean there.
they out of 3.
The Guardians actually kind of look like
here.
Oh, that's true because they are
Warlock
red.
kinda look-
Yeah, those are just storm
Yeah,
guardians. They're about to get
And the
butchered.
Solitaire is also a character. If you want to say
Those poor Eldar boys.
Oh yeah.
Citizen soldiers.
Yeah.
And then this. Who are you charging? Sorry, it cut out.
The Skyrunners.
Okay. And then there's the Farseer right here. I don't know if you want to say outside of 3 of him.
And I'm not going to be able to avoid that guy.
Ooh. So the Demon Prince got his charge off into the
I
Skyrunners,
guess I
but
should've
cannot
avoided that.
avoid the 3-inch intervention from
All
the
right,
Farseer.
and then the Keeper will charge.
So he
That's
might
fine.
he might get
the
bonked.
Skyrunners.
You never want
By
to
the
eat a witch
Farseer?
word,
Farseer,
though. They have a
Farseer has 2 attacks.
and the Guardians right here.
twos is-
So
Dude,
the Farseers can
AP
shoot.
dash.
Yeah, Farseer.
He's fine.
You
Nothing
say that. I'm
safe.
seeing 6 wounds that's about to happen here from this Farseer.
And
I'm seeing a
on
knight roll
five.
a 6 3 rounds in a row for
Nothing.
explosion, but I mean,
I don't think there's
listen,
Ah.
do not look at a Farseer and think it's going to be a
Yeah,
close combat monster.
Oh.
I only rolled a 2, but luckily that's enough.
Yeah.
The Eldar to the north by which keeper there, Ethan? The green Eldar are also Storm Guardians. The Eldar up in the top here are Harlequins, and these are also
And then
Harlequin players.
the Epitome.
So here's the Epitome charge.
The green Eldar to the north.
There's the Guardians.
Yeah, to the I'm not sure which.
Oh, those are Guardians. Those are Guardians. He's talking about the Guardians.
Conclave.
Gotcha. So okay, 8 in charge.
Exactly, huh?
Yep.
Oof.
Okay.
So we're rolling this charge for the Epitome here. This might be game, boys. Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no, boys.
Oh, is that a double one?
That is a
Double
1
one.
and a 2.
Yep.
We're rerolling the 1. We're trying to go for a 6. Now.
Bummer.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the Sorcerer.
So what that means
Wartime?
is yeah, quick backup wartime. You're a Chaos Space Marine now, and puts a helmet on her.
Yeah, go.
You get over there. Yeah. So what that means, everyone, if anybody's just tuning in, the Epitome is currently not giving the no fallback aura to any of the models
Guardians right there.
in this fight.
Okay.
The
Close to.
Skyrunner Conclave here has a couple stratagems they can use. They can use counterattack to interrupt any fight. So one thing's going to kick the crap out of them, and then they're going to interrupt, and they're going to use nimble escape to move after they fight, and they're going to leave this combat. And so they're going to take a big hit from something, and then they're going to be good for probably the rest of the game.
And then now is when I do heroic interventions, correct?
For the turn.
Yep, good.
Yeah,
So I
but
just
you know,
move them here in the
a turn of
differential
this
people swing
Conclave
back,
unit
right?
running rampant on this army, I think could
We're
do
just
it.
gonna-
Honestly,
What's it, base him?
they shoot one of these units to death. They charge something. They bounce over here. They keep doing it.
He's
Kidoki.
he's gonna lose the Storm Guardians to the north. He's gonna
alright,
lose
start of the
Storm
fight
Guardians
phase.
with the Warp Talons. He's gonna take a hit on the Sky.
We are going to go ahead and
He's
use
losing the Harlequins to
Aura
the
of
south. He's
Acquiescence.
probably gonna lose one, or at least bracket another Nightspinner.
What does that mean?
He's gonna take a lot of hits this turn.
We'll
And
do
I don't-
that.
he's not gonna
That makes
take
it
any-
so
a
that
lot of
models
return
with
damage.
Enemy units within 3
I mean,
get -1.
something's gonna get blasted by
Okay.
the Mr.
And,
Council, but I mean, what's it gonna be? What's he gonna pick? Remember, you have to be within an inch to swing on a certain model.
Yeah, but I mean, also remember that like this keeper is almost dead, right?
We'll go ahead and start.
He's running out of wounds on Keepers of Secrets.
Okay.
And I think the Skier Council can deal enough to clean that stuff up. He's also got this whole Harlequin unit over here that
Didn't
may
the
have
Seer Council get a neg one to hit?
no. The neg one to
Or is
hit's the
that-
closest
oh,
the
here we
closest enemy.
All of this
Okay.
into the Conclave.
So this is it changes the game a lot. We'll see how it does because if this one big hit looks like this Keeper of Secrets is swinging first. This one big hit could deal enough
Wasn't that one,
to neuter this unit. They aren't buffed, so if we see some failed invulnerable saves, I mean that could be
I'm gonna
curtains.
do the acquiescence thing.
Yeah. Well, and that Seeker, yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
how many
attack
attacks
with
does
the
the
Warp
Keeper
Talons
Secret
first,
have?
actually.
I think it has like
So it actually looks like
8 or
we're
9?
we might be mulliganing that. I think we're gonna attack with the Talons first.
The Warp Talons is a 3 attacks per guy.
Interesting. Deuce goes press F. There we go. Press F.
Yeah.
Sorry, who are the Warp Talons attacking?
We'll see how it goes. It also doesn't. In fairness as well, I do not know much about Slaanesh Daemons, and I'm sure that they have some tricks up their sleeves that I'm unaware of.
It's gonna be a mix.
That being
It's
said,
gonna
he
be,
has
like,
1
I'm
CP.
gonna
He-
attack
yeah,
every
that's
way I
fair.
possibly can into the Conclave.
He did just use a.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he used a 1 CP stratagem or of acquiescence on the Keeper of Secrets. Enemy units within 3 inches reduce their attacks characteristic by 1. So this the swing back of the Warlock, the Skyrunners, is not going to be that hard. They aren't
So
minus
that
1 to
means
hit,
they
but
get
they are
done.
minus 1 attack. And that's
Oh,
a pretty big deal.
that actually is pretty brutal. Yeah, that is pretty
That is a big deal.
So
That's a strong
one
CP right
attack.
there. Yeah. Yeah, so I think one of the worrying parts is that they would get to swing and then jump out, so you deal a bunch of damage before they leave. But in this case, I mean,
I think I can get
it's not that much damage.
all of them all attack
Especially since most of
And
them
you
have
look-
to fight into these 3+ armor save guys, which they are not as good at killing.
We're gonna pay
I'm surprised he's not
lightning
lightning fast
reflexes.
reflexing right now. And giving him a -1 to
Your
hit.
guys are hitting out.
Yeah,
correct?
maybe that's the way.
He's got 8. He's got 8. Oh, there. He just burned 2 CP.
Oh, we're
Sure,
doing
he
it.
just did it.
Is there
Yeah, we're
anything
doing
you can do to boost that? Or no.
Did he just do it?
They're gonna be getting reroll 1s.
We're just gonna pay 2 CP to give the Warlock Conclaves our -1 to hit.
Yep, that was a lightning fast reactions.
There we go.
Boom.
Old Cullen knows how to play Eldar a little bit.
So
-1 to hit. Is that what that does?
interesting.
Yeah,
What you
sorry. Yeah, -1 to hit
Okay.
for them.
Into the Old War 2 for my last CP.
Oh, and he's vetsing the Warp Talons as well for +1 to wound. Yeah, I mean, this is your
So
one.
he's-
You're
he
gonna get
is
one
swinging
swing
the
on
Warp
these guys.
Talons first.
You might make it. Yeah, you
And
just
remember-
make it as bad as you can.
Warp Talons reroll wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Just
Patrick.
out of
Yeah, swing with
curiosity,
the Talons. That's what's happening.
what's
The
giving
keeper
them
is
the rerolls
undamaged. The red keeper here.
Demon Prince.
This is the one undamaged
Gotcha.
keeper.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
And she just used Aura of Acquiescence to reduce the attacks on this unit by 1. So their swing back's actually not going to do that much damage.
So many 2s.
Ooh. Oh no, that wasn't great.
Yep.
Wounds.
Lightning fast reflexes.
Yep, rerolling.
We're winning on
Threes,
threes
rerolling.
now, yeah.
Wow, how are
Or
they rerolling
twos?
these ones?
The lightning claws.
Okay, gotcha.
Are they strength
So
5?
I'm just trying to learn a little bit more.
Strength
Good.
4.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
So we got our
unexciting.
4-ups,
No, they are strength 5.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
they're
think we
good.
might have missed one.
2.
Oh no.
Three.
1 bike, 2 bikes,
Oh, 2 and 2
and
wounds
then
on
right
another.
there's one guy has 2 hits,
Ouch.
3 bikes dead.
I think
Yeah,
that drops
that
him a
is-
bracket.
That is a lot.
1, 2,
Holy God, he failed
and then this guy.
6 out of 8  4-up invul saves.
I think
And
Tabletop
we're gonna
Simulator
pay,
has
2 to
a
interrupt
grudge against invulnerable
and fight
saves.
with Warlocks.
I 100% agree. He lost 3.
They only get
And
one
that,
attack
oof,
per guy,
that's a
correct?
lot. That definitely drops him down a bracket on their ability to cast
Mhm.
spells.
They're going to pile into the Keeper of Secrets.
So here we go with the interrupt, fighting the
Yes,
Keeper of
I guess
Secrets,
So
let's just,
He's gonna spend 2, interrupt.
and then he's going to jump out of combat.
um,
And he pulled the models that
was
were closest to the Warp
touching
Talons because he
the-
didn't want to fight into that
Warp.
3+ armor save.
Okay.
This makes total sense. He just wants to hit these guys with the Harlequins with the high AP
so-
value.
But here's the thing.
since
That's your
he's within
council
an
only
inch
has
of this
1
guy,
attack
can he
against
swing
that
into the
Keeper
Keeper
of
of Secrets?
Yeah, but that's the most
That
effective
is
place they're going to
huge.
put their attacks. Yeah, but they're not going to do much damage. 100%.
That's what I thought. I just wasn't sure.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Okay, so that's
They'll plink it for a
1, 2,
couple, and
3,
we'll see how it
4.
goes.
4 attacks into the Keeper of
Yeah,
Secrets.
I mean,
2 are going to
yeah.
go into the
Hits on
Warp
3s.
Talons.
Yeah,
hits
yeah.
on 2s.
I wonder if, interestingly, this Farseer
Yeah.
actually intervened
-1
into
to
the
hit
bubble of the -1 attack as well. So
let's see.
that's
funny.
going to be awkward.
So if you notice, the Demon
So
Prince
4,
is touching the
there's 4 attacks
Farseer
into
right
Keeper.
now.
Right, that's because the Farseer intervened to base it, so it couldn't move.
Oh, got it.
Forwards,
I don't believe that
and they
the
reroll
Demon
failed
Prince
because of, Smash.
declared the Farseer, so I don't
And
think that it
wounded
can
on
attack
2s.
this turn. It might have declared these
Alright,
Guardians, and
0
we'll
AP.
just kill them.
I guess
but-
you're on invuln.
He just did 3 wounds. The Greater Demon
2d3.
took 2. 2 turns into 5. 5
Jeez,
wounds,
yeah.
Feel no pain.
Okay, we're still going through the
5
DPI.
feel no pain.
No.
Yeah. 5,
Wow.
took 5 wounds.
There you go.
All right, and then
That is tough. That's a
2
third of
them are
that
going
Greater Demon
to-
right there.
and then the 2 into the Warp
So funny
Talons.
story, true story. A Space Marine is better than a Keeper of Secrets when making an armor save.
Alright,
True
and then
fact.
the M2s.
A Sister of Battle is
Yeah.
better than a Greater Demon of Slaanesh.
Yeah, I wonder if that's
Yeah, if you-
that's an interesting idiosyncrasy of the matchup for sure. That the Singing Spears are so good at killing specifically Greater Demons.
Yeah.
Because they, you know, if they're effectively
And then
strength
we're gonna pay
14
2
against
to
them,
jump
and
out
they
of
don't care
combat.
about any AP
After
value.
they attack, they can immediately move.
Yep,
Yeah.
here they come
No,
with
they're-
a Nimble Assault. Or a Nimble Escape.
Ooh, those CP dropped this turn.
Let's see.
Yeah, 6 CP on the interaction right there. But I mean, that was worth it.
Moving them there.
The number of misses that those Warp Talons got was intense.
I agree.
I think you're fast enough
think-
at this stage that I don't know if you're worried about the exact position of these guys. It just depends on what half of the table you want to be in, really.
I mean, the issue you have to look at is he basically lost half the unit, though. Oh, well, it's a 9-man, right?
Yeah, I have to. Oh,
2, 3.
interesting. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
So he's gonna
He's
try
going
to
right for the
block.
secret.
He's gonna try to block that keeper from engaging this second Nightspinner. This is what a genius move right here.
That is smart.
That is really smart. Yeah, if he can get 2
I was hoping to get the
Skyrunners
epitome in there.
in between these two models, he's not going to be able to engage that Nightspinner. That Nightspinner is not going to have to move.
But yeah, if the epitome was in there and
Ooh,
stopped the
that's
fallback,
really good
definitely
play. Wow.
Probably,
We're
would
seeing
want
some
Pro level.
high-level moves
Not
here,
that much.
guys.
I can
What a
bring it
good
back.
game
We'll
this
see.
has been. Holy crap.
Screenshot, take notes. Screenshot, take notes.
Yeah, that is not an interaction I would have seen. I would have gone, towards the
Their regular movement.
demons
lane
half of the
for
table,
16.
just try to grab
Yeah,
recon
just
for late
16,
game.
'cause
Yeah.
they're-
But he's just trying to pull
what's
out
it
as
called?
much
Candidates?
efficiency out of his attacks as possible, because Panda knows that the way he wins this game is he kills all the demon models.
So
And he's not going to do that if he's
interesting-
-1 hit. He is potentially going to do that if he just knocks him over by throwing his Skyrunners at people. But
It is interesting to see Richard Sigler right here not being able to lift his hand off the T button and ungravity his models.
yeah. He can make the best plays on the table, but it doesn't matter if his models just knock everything over.
Just brute forces everything around.
Yeah. Wow, that was a really cool play.
Okay, so 4 dead guardians.
6 wounds on something. Yep. There goes objective 3.
Yeah. That
Left a lot.
unfortunately is still gonna not bonus the
Are there any
demons
left alive?
here because they're all gonna be
Yeah, they're all
concentrated on one objective.
Correct. Well, and I think the Harlequins are within 3. I can't really tell.
Oh
No,
yeah,
I
that's
think they're out.
might be true.
These
I think
guardians?
they're out.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter, right? Because the demons are gonna
Find
get
one of the conclave models.
they're probably gonna get that hold mark regardless.
Yeah.
They're on 2 easily, potentially 3 if you can if you don't one of these units survives.
Oh, look at all those attacks. This is one demon there, one Slaanesh unit.
Oh yeah, we're going to the Guardians. Good.
Yeah,
Good. At the Harlequins, I think you said. Good. Goodbye, Harlequins. 2 Harlequins. Gratuitous overkill is what we call that.
Yep. Oh, they got a 4-up save. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean 4-up saves can go either way. We saw them not go great for the Conclave, but sometimes just make them all. Nope, he did not make. He did not make them all.
No, that is a gentleman's 8. 8
He
failures.
had to make 13 out of 14.
Yeah.
That's 4 plus invulnerable saves. Could have happened.
God, what a
Never say
terrible
never.
Warhammer player. You can't make 13 out of 14 4-up saves.
I have
Come on, bro.
absolutely won Tyranid games because Hive Tyrants made 13 out of 14. Oh, that was actually the Guardians.
Those
We were actually
Yeah, it was the
rolling,
Guardian
so,
squad. Just
my
got
mistake.
obliterated.
We were just rolling 5-ups.
One of your demonettes just got punched.
That's the
in
whole
box
unit.
And disappeared.
I need another one.
Yeah, so sorry about that.
Oh no. Looks like he accidentally grabbed a Demonette too.
Alright, this keeper.
Fair enough. Drag it with you.
Yeah. How many
Well,
Skyrunners are left? There should be 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
6,
Okay.
correct. Yeah.
Two
They took a 3rd damage.
I think they left one behind.
contact.
I'm gonna
The
hit them up
two
real
Night
quick.
Spinners.
No.
Next to the action cam on the red side of the table,
They won't be able
it
to
got
fight, right?
thrown.
Yeah, they're already fought.
Hey guys, 1 sec, real quick. Is the
Oh, for Christ's
Skyrunner
sakes.
next to HobbyWrecker's action cam? That's a living Skyrunner, right? There should be 6 in that unit.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Dragon is
Oh,
modeled.
here's your demonette too.
Oh, no.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Thank you for that.
Keep it on. Yeah, this has been a sick game, guys. Keep it up.
It's going slow.
Oh my God! I hope Chad is enjoying this.
Yeah.
All these beautiful paint schemes ruined.
Yeah, we got the Technicolor demons versus these gorgeous
That's
same
it.
Han. Just banging into each other.
4 wounds minus.
Oh, so Hobby's out of CP. This is it. He
This
went
is
all in.
this is how I'm gonna play my
damn.
tabletop games of 40k from now on. I'm gonna move my models
Just-
across the table like they were actually moving, but I'm just gonna bang stuff over. Get
Like
out
they
of my
had
way,
magnets
Space
in 'em.
Marines! I'm consolidating here.
Oh, your opponents are gonna love you.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, 6-inch D3. Oh, I think Eldrad's just in range. Alright. So we'll do the Keeper of Secrets first. 2.
I just love how there's piles of like Eldar all over the board.
Yeah,
Actually
I don't
look around
think
the board.
I don't think Panda wants to
There's
risk dragging them any farther.
Just no organization to this whatsoever.
Yeah, but yeah, Eldar, they're not known for their organization or finesse.
Pull this guy. Dang it.
Oh, he just lost another
Then
bike.
for the,
Where did that bike die from?
Nightspinner. 3.
Slaanesh.
Alright, then for Eldrad, he's got a private field of pain.
Oh! Did the tank explode? What happened
3.
here?
Oh my goodness.
Eldrad's rolling Feel No Pain right now. I missed this.
I think a tank exploded.
I think a tank just blew up. It's gonna be a staple on this
Feels all
stream.
3 of them. Dang, dude. Woo. Then the Autarch can need to roll pain. Autarch takes
Demon
D3.
What's
Oh
happening?
my gosh, I can't get the dice in the
Oh,
box.
he's drawing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, he's listening to
Thanks,
the chat.
Hobby.
Wait, that's
The
2.
face,
There we
the
go.
happy face.
This is way too straight. There we go.
You know what great sports though these two are.
Thanks, guys.
Alright, that is everyone
Look at him, like,
within
you know,
6.
how
Yep,
many
this
times
one
do you
is
watch
not
a
within
Warrior
6.
game and see someone
Thankfully,
drawing
there's
on
no
Oh,
chain
man.
reaction of
That's not a penis.
Man, I
Like,
didn't-
let's be real honest.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, we have some gorgeous art
6,
happening
7,
here
8,
too.
9.
Hopefully this paint.
I had
doesn't show.
12 mortal wounds to myself right there. I should get a point for that or something. Is that a secondary?
Wow. 12 mortal wounds off that tank exploding.
These Daemonettes are
Holy
going to attack these
shit.
Harlequins.
Oh no.
Gotcha.
Eldred took 3.
Oh
Autarch
wow.
took 2. All the tanks around there took a ton. Keeper's at 4. Why is the tank still there? Why they removed it?
Because Panda would destroy the table if he moved a tank.
Flip the table.
Flip
He's
the
writing.
table.
He's writing.
3.
Did 12 TYP? I love how they're talking to the chat with through the table.
Yeah.
This is like Da Vinci Code chat. You guys got to decipher what they're
Jump
saying.
over me even if I like.
It's a secret
point
code
or
known only by
whatever,
the players.
Yeah, that's true.
Only by the players.
Only by a select few in a secret society. Oh man, do we have a? We're trying to wrap that guy. You can't wrap that guy. He's
That's all
Harlequin.
my attacks.
Get out of
I
here.
want to talk to Farseer because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, they ignore all movement. But yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, they can do their best rapping impression.
Alright.
I hope that guy kills
My
4
second
Daemonettes
guess,
and then
so
just
the
leaves.
Farseer, he gets -1
So
attack
what's
back,
interesting,
he's within
kind of like
3
I was
of
saying,
the
that
Keeper
Warlock Council is almost down to 50% damage.
Alright, so Farseer, 1 attack.
-1 to hit. Oh no, that was the other.
So the Farseer swinging with his one swing into the Demon Prince.
Alright, 1 to the Demon Prince.
Oh, we got
I
a
think
win.
it has 2 attacks. It has 2 attacks.
Yeah, but he's -1 because of the
See,
Keeper's
then I've got
strat.
my 2,
Fair enough.
Got him.
2 Storm
Did
Guardians
you just deal moves
there.
to him?
2 Storm Guardians. 2
I don't think he did.
Nothing. Oh, I guess you get to reroll.
No, he's okay.
Smash.
Womp womp.
We got some Storm Guardian swings going off on these Demonettes. This is we're getting to the trash fight point of the game over
Oh, no, we
here.
do.
Yeah.
And then
All of our troops choices duking it out.
Yeah, but I feel like there's a little difference in quality.
It's gone
compared
south,
to, like,
everyone.
Demonettes.
Yeah.
Demonettes to like
1,
Storm
0,
Guardians.
2,
Like, which one's better?
Blue Demonettes.
I just hope when they do that leadership check, just remember that Skyrunner unit is -1 leadership.
They are
Eight.
-1.
Chipping
It
away,
lost.
we're getting there.
It lost
It lost-
4.
Oh
It's
yeah.
big
Oh
one.
no.
It's just the,
Oh, no.
the
Yeah,
Nightspinner
buddy.
swinging back.
He rolls a 6. Flip table.
Yeah.
Drive to Omaha. Punch Hobby in the
Alright,
face.
so one has 3 attacks,
There he goes, that tank.
hitting on 6s.
Oh, the tank's attacking back at the Keeper.
And you're actually at -1 to hit the keeper, so I don't think you can hit
Oh,
him.
damn. Okay, never mind
Not
then.
doing anything.
Alright, the keeper's
Nah,
fine then.
get outta here.
Those guys can attack.
Oh, Hobby! Don't
Just
forget the
morale
Neg
for
1 leadership.
these
Everything's
guys.
in 3 inches.
They lost
You're
6.
gonna,
What's up?
Actually, that being said, that Harlequin's
gonna
dead.
add 1 to the dice, and
The
you are
Storm
minus
Guardians
1
are dead.
leadership because I'm
Okay.
And
Oh,
the
he
interesting is the
remembered.
They
Warlock
both
Skyrunner.
flee.
The minus the
They
location.
automatically flee. And the
Oh,
Skyrunners
Seer Council!
are -1 or -2 as well.
Come on, chat. Let's hear a dribble.
So there's -1.
Just add 1 to the dice.
Gonna burn 2 CP
Okay,
to
gotcha.
auto pass that.
All right. Let's see.
Wait, oh, sorry.
You
Yeah,
rolled a
you are
4.
minus 1 because of the Warp Talons right here.
I think he
Yep.
loses just 1.
Oh, okay. Let's see. So that would be
Lost 4.
6. They lost 4.
So they
They're
lose one
really
more?
counting it up.
One more
yeah,
right
one
now.
more.
Looks like.
2 models.
Okay. Yeah, so 2 models.
Oh, no.
2 go down.
So that's a 4, so it's a 5.
Oh,
5.
Oh, because he's -1
9,
leadership,
so-
and
currently, so that's 3
Slaanesh
models.
has something that add to
Models
the
banking
dice
on.
there. That must be a psychic.
oh, that's 3. He's
Ooh.
pulled 3 off.
All right.
He aggressively pulled 3 off. He
At
must
the end
not
of
be
your
happy.
turn.
He was only losing 2, right? We pull an extra one.
He pulled
I think
3.
that's it.
All right.
2, 3,
Well,
4. Yeah, he
Yeah,
pulled
let me
3
just
off.
double check. There.
Hey
Hey guys,
alright, so
how many conclave just ran away there? Can you confirm? Do we lose 2 or 3?
I think we lost
Plus
3.
3.
Okay, cool. So they're saying they lost
Are
3.
you still there, Trevi?
Oh,
Yeah, what's up?
GG's. Press.
Yeah, that was a
That's
combination. It was a
respect.
combination of their Eldar
Yep,
thing
yep.
and the Night Lord being nearby.
Ah, okay. Yes, we heard 2, and then the 3 models got removed. We were a little confused, but the Night Lords make sense.
I don't know, chat.
Right.
What do you think? Press F?
Yeah.
That was a lot of damage.
Oh man,
Holy
All
shit.
right,
what a round that
my
was.
turn 3.
That
That
was
was a
mad.
lot of damage.
Yeah, so in case anybody missed that, obviously we lost a lot of
So you got
Warlock
kill,
Conclave between the
hold,
attacks, killing 3 of them,
double,
and another
recon
one
rounds,
dying
so
from the
one.
tank
There's
exploding.
There's 1
But-
for recon for now.
Yeah.
They were within 3
Yep,
inches
just one
of this
recon.
Warp Talons unit after they finished their fallback,
Butcher's Bill,
which adds
sure,
1 to
behind
any
enemy lines,
leadership test,
kudos.
command, or
Got double behind enemy lines.
flee test they make.
All right.
Plus, they're Eldar and within 3 inches of a Slaanesh
I
unit,
don't see.
which gives them an additional
My turn
-1
3.
leadership.
The game's already decided at this point.
So
might as well
they
try.
lost 3.
For your movement
Warlocks.
phase, I'm going to use my last command point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're at bottom bracket.
Oh, no, I already used it. Never mind.
Something tells me HobbyWrecker saw what just happened, took his pants
Let's
off,
see.
poured himself a nice scotch, lit a
Yeah,
cigar,
laid back
so
on
you
the
lit a
killed
table.
cigar
one.
on. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
Just-
that leadership
That's right.
test. Yeah, maybe it was worth just dumping
2
those 2
Guardians
CP
and
to
then,
keep those guys alive.
Nightspinner.
They're
Ooh,
expensive
you need to
models,
do
right?
morale for
That's
this Harlequin
That
race.
was-
that's
right.
150
100%
points
worth
of
2
CP.
worth of.
Spend the
Except
2
for one.
CP.
So is that 8?
Yeah.
He went
Wow.
from 6 to
Let me
3.
check.
Wow.
I think that's
lost
that
8,
was-
so he
that's-
automatically.
That's it at this point.
So that's 4 killed then.
Oh, and the last Harlequin over here runs away.
1, 2,
Can't even move out of that wrap.
4. Yep.
Sad times.
So he
Alright.
killed 1, 2.
let's see. Do the
Four units
Night
this
Talons
turn.
have objective secured?
Oof, that's so much.
Alright, so
Wow.
He got Butcher's Bill. He got
Yeah.
He's
I-
already.
I thought
He's
it was
calculated
over
it.
Twins are gonna-
when
they're
those
gonna move up.
when the epitome failed to charge, but turns out,
You thought it was over, like the Eldar was going to win?
yeah. I mean, if that Seer Council survived on 6 models, I don't feel like it's an issue to kill most of this army. Like this
He
keeper
has-
dies
Well,
real
Farseer
easy.
is going to fall
This
back.
keeper dies real easy. He can get he could go in, shoot 1 to death, charge the 1 on high wounds, and then try to get the Warp Talons with the Harlequins, right? And he has the Nightspinner shooting as well to help out.
I have been playing Eldar since Bush was
The
president.
Warlock Skyrunner.
Let me tell you what. I know what that army is capable of, and I know what they can do.
Fly right over here.
Having that much Slaanesh that close is just too
Solitaire is
brutal.
going
Yeah.
Even with them,
use its
them
blitz, so
being
it can
at
add
6,
2d6
I knew
movement.
at that point they lost a lot of their potency. Going to 3, I mean, now it's just an overpriced Warlock. That's
Yeah.
all it is at this
But
point.
but we have all of these really strong Eldar HQs alive, right? Eldrad's still alive.
What?
He's got a bunch of smites going out. We have the Autarch still alive. We have the Solitaire who has not blitzed yet, you know, and looks like he just did, and he's gonna run into these guys and try to take out some HQs.
Not gonna advance. He's gonna move
And-
it.
Come on. Look at the board. He doesn't have enough
look
shots.
at it now. Look at it after he
Yeah,
lost
I mean-
150 points worth of needs to leadership.
Yeah. Oh,
Extra 3.
well, I mean, that and of course the Nightspinner had to blow up at that level.
It had to
So
blow up right
his
then.
Autarch has 3 wounds left. Eldrad has 3 wounds left. Both the Nightspinners are one of them's bracketed to mid tier. One
Yeah.
has 3 wounds. Oh my god, he rolled 3 wounds on everything.
Yeah, that was brutal.
These guys are gonna
Listen,
have that.
Wow.
he ain't gonna be able to take 5. He ain't gonna be able to take 2. He ain't gonna be able to take 4. He's got to kill 4 things this turn, which he can
Eldrad,
conceivably do.
Oh, Eldred died of
But
a
the
heart
issue
attack.
is-
Actually, he just fell over. Oops.
Nightspinner is going
Which
to
I
GG.
actually think
Fallback.
follows Fluff. isn't that how he actually died?
Well,
Yeah, didn't
He
he?
goes Chaos, Blackstone
So
Fortress,
I
heart
am.
attack.
Yeah, I am. I am. I have.
Still,
I have not followed. Literally, I've not followed 40k fluff since the White Dwarf issue where Eldrad actually died.
you guys are gonna advance over here.
And now he's back, I guess.
He
So
died
who
at the
knows?
end of. He died at the end of 7th.
It was
Did he-
fourth.
did he die at the
I think
Fall
it
of
was
Cadia?
fourth. No, he went to. He went into a Blackstone fortress and it ate him.
Hang out, I guess.
I don't think that's accurate.
Yeah, it was canon. It got retconned.
But I don't know enough
Straight
to
up, it
argue
was
what
in-
you're saying.
It was in a.
And you have a very,
It was in a White
commanding
Dwarf.
voice, so I just listen to
It
you.
was in a White Dwarf short
Um,
story.
That is it for actually not Eldrad.
DW doesn't put any of their good stories in White Dwarf.
Yeah, I mean, it was
They
not a
put-
great story.
They put Yanari.
It was the
They,
end.
they only put Yanari rules.
It was the end of a
Alright.
global campaign, I
Psychic
think.
phase,
It was
Eldrad
like the
can
wrap
cast
up issue.
Yeah, the 13th Crusade.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I don't know. I just think that
Goes
he
off
took
to
too
9.
much damage there. I think that was there was just
No, I think I agree with you, but I think if
Okay,
he,
so
I think if that tank didn't explode and if that morale check hadn't gone so disastrously, I think this game is still. I don't think he wins immediately, but I think it's still a
he
coin
needed
flip.
him. Yeah, you're right. I think he
That's
needed
what you're
the
talking about,
Skyrunners, but
Yeah.
the Warp Talons are still at full
Yeah, I
strength.
agree
and
myself.
Demon Prince is still sitting there at 8 wounds.
Yeah,
There's
so
just
I mean,
not
we got
enough left.
a last ditch from the Eldar here. Where they're going to charge in and they're going to deal as much damage as physically possible, and we're going to see how it goes. I mean, if the turn goes as poorly for Slaanesh as it did for Eldar, we might still be back to a 50-50.
Alright, so we're gonna
I mean, this has been an absolutely top shelf game. I
Yeah.
mean, just like let's
Between
be
this
real
game
honest.
and the first round we streamed today has been, and also there were some chaos nights that happened in between. Today
the
has
shit, Trevor? What Can you at least wait till I log off? Jesus!
I apologize.
Go
to
behind
chat
my
for
back
laughing
like
in
a
their
real
mouth.
man.
So yeah, today has had some insane games. I'm so glad that we're streaming these games. This matchup has been everything I wanted it to be. It has been cool, it has been unique, and we have seen some incredible plays from both players.
Oh, we've also seen craziness.
And we've seen
Pure,
just pure
unadulterated craziness.
40k random garbage, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
been great. I hope the chat's enjoyed it.
know-
It looks like we've had a bunch of people who have stayed with us through the whole thing so far. We're only round 3 because we made combat so early this game, and it's been such a chess match. And I think we're going to see a wrap up real quick here, but I appreciate everybody who stayed up with us so far.
The one issue with TTS in comparison to real life, I would have loved to see the phase on Antisocial Panda when HobbyWrecker goes, oh wait, there's additional Neg1 modifiers to your leadership. I would have just been like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, when we get to
you son of a
40k
bitch.
as an actual esport on Tabletop Simulator 9000, and we get face cams from players when their tanks blow up and kill half their army, it's
Oh.
The montages
Can I
are
get
going to be
sad-
real strong.
Sad panda shot, not anti-social. I want sad panda shots. So I rolled a 4, I lose 1, and then you see HobbyWrecker go,
And HobbyWrecker's there counting on his fingers. He's like, no, you lose the game.
He goes, sir, you're missing 2 more negatives to your leadership,
Yeah.
sir.
Oof. I'm really impressed that HobbyWrecker remembered that rule, but I'm sure it's come up for him many times in the past. The -1 to hit leadership for Slaanesh Daemons.
He went from an active Six Sisters of Battle player to Sisters getting new codex to him stop playing Sisters in the new codex to playing Slaanesh. The guy is an absolute animal. Let's be honest. He's been waiting 2 years for Sisters to get a codex. Codex comes out. He goes, no, we're doing Slaanesh. And he's been running it, and he's been winning. He went undefeated at our last tournament, our RTT here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's a competent player.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he's not as good as yours truly, but I mean, he's okay. That's me joking. He's actually a very good player. I do not want to play against his Slaanesh. I also do not want to play against Eldar because I'm tapped. So I don't want to play against either one of these people.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
We'll give it to the Warp Talons.
We'll see if one of them can run the score up enough to get to you. Although I think you might be locked in on Raptors there, bud.
Yeah.
I
mean, I'm interested to see how this score is going to play out. Because you're looking at turn 3.
Red.
Hobby's at 15. Eldar's at 8. Oof.
All right. That turns. Farseer's gone. All right, that is it for.
Are you gonna do a post-game interview with them?
We're gonna do shooting phase. We're gonna start with.
Well, yeah, we'll see if they want to stick around.
This Warlock Skyrunner.
I do post-game interviews with everyone who doesn't play Tau on my stream.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, you mean people that win by less than 40? That's cool.
Brutal.
Whatever.
The Shadowseer.
Whatever.
Shoot.
Haters gonna hate.
Is gonna shoot into.
He was so funny though during the game. He was talking to me. And he goes, "Oh, some of my friends are hopping on to watch the stream," and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, "Oh God, they're gonna make fun of you so bad tomorrow." It's like, poor guy had to play against his Tau list.
Or if it's equal or greater than leadership, does D3 mortal wounds. Nope. That's it for hers.
So right now we're in Eldar Psychic phase.
Farseer is going to shoot into the.
We just finished Eldar Psychic phase. We tried to dump a bunch of damage out. It looks like we got a guide on this Nightspinner to get around the moving and shooting penalty.
Yep, and then
I don't see any other buffs.
Guide gives you reroll to hit. The movement penalty still needs to hit on 4s.
So is it what's the
Oh,
target?
guide's not up. Guide's not a +1.
Warp Talon, sorry.
No, guide is reroll hits.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That's even better.
Warlock Conclave is going to fire everything we got.
Yeah, that's better. Not when you roll that.
4s.
Pick them up and drop them into the box.
Right. This one is at -3, and this one's at 0 AP.
Here's the 0 AP. Good.
Ethan, I agree. I think the next couple rounds are going to go very quickly.
5 up and vulnerable.
Wow.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Warp Talons, the Demon Save, just tanked that entire Nightspinner shooting. That's not the way that Eldar needed this turn to go.
Did I not say that to you 2 hours ago?
All right, 0 AP.
When you need them to work,
they fail.
They disappoint you.
All right.
Like your kid that comes home from school and says he's now a vegan.
Yeah.
You're not mad. You're just disappointed.
Actually, he's going to shoot. Into the.
What would you take in their place instead of Nightspinner? Out of curiosity.
I love Fire Prisms.
Yeah.
Hear me out. 1 CP, reroll hits, reroll wounds. Obviously, it's 1 target, but I do like the amount of shots. And this thing called an Eldar Flyer.
Well, they also
hit on 4s.
They also effectively, not quite as cleanly as the Nightspinners, but they can effectively ignore line of sight, right?
Which can?
All right,
the Fire Prisms.
4s.
You need 1 to be within target of the primary.
Right.
And it costs 1 CP to reroll hits, reroll wounds.
3.
I'm also a huge fan of Eldar Flyers, man. Like you need something that can get into your opponent's deployment zone and F stuff up. I know this seems small, but Hobby having objective 4 the entire game and no threat.
Yeah.
You need to cause pressure on your opponent. This entire game, the Eldar player has been defensive and reactive, and you can't do that. You have to force your opponent to do
-1 to hit, still, right? With the sword.
Well, what's the best way to put it? Not great trades for him. You need something to keep your opponent guessing. And the issue is Hobby's been on the offensive. He's been able to dictate the entire game. I thought turn 1 when the Eldar player kind of hit his stuff behind the wall. I was like,
wow, that was a roll from that Nightspinner right there. Got a bunch of shots, a solid number of wounds. Rolled 4 wounds and tasted a wound on the Warp Talons.
And his 4 shuriken shots.
Yeah, this is going south for the Eldar pretty quick. I wonder if the play was just continue shooting at the keeper, but I think he wants to start moving forward in case he can score recon in the late game.
All right.
He's playing for the long game, but I don't know if this game's going to go long.
What was he shooting the Nightspinners at?
The Warp Talons.
Oh, jeez.
I feel like they're going to die to melee. I wonder if the play would have been to go into the keeper.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players. Do 8 pistols and 1 grenade.
I would have evac'd out of that area and pushed to 2 and 5, and just you try to outrun them and you try to force the battle to move in a different direction because he can't handle the numbers that are right
downside.
there.
The issue is these Daemonettes here were blocking a lot of movement that direction. And so he's going to get caught between the Daemonettes and the Warp Talons and just get, shredded, I think.
The Warp Talons don't do a lot of damage.
1 at -1.
Yeah, but he's also running out of wounds on those Nightspinners real quick.
Is that? Sorry.
I think he needed to move towards objective 2, obliterate the Daemonettes that are there, kill the cultists on objective 5, and force the battle in kind of a circle.
Yeah, and just move it away from where this keeper is. It might be true.
Because he is way too close for comfort with that much amount of close combat. Slaanesh.
Yeah, I think he's just hoping he can kill everything, basically. Hoping against hope that he can do enough damage with this turn. But we'll see how it goes.
You advance. Yeah, you move, you advance, you hope to charge, you sling off the number 2 objective, you try to move it. You just have to do something.
There we go.
Ethan is saying if the Flyers can move block as well, which is a big deal.
I don't know.
So it is if you can block landing zones against this list, that's a big deal because they have a lot of huge bases. Trying to block them, they're so fast that I think a lot of movement blocking is not quite as good. But you get one round where you can keep them back a couple inches for sure.
Strength 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, Patrick is agreeing with you. Planes and Void Bombers in place of Nightspinners. Nightspinners are so cheap, though. How many planes can you get in?
They're not. They're actually not.
Aren't they 150?
They're 100 and no, they're like 120, I think. But the issue is
that's so cheap. Get out of here.
He's got a lot of characters that I don't think.
I'm looking at my poor Exocrines.
This Warlock's just gonna shoot.
He doesn't need the art. I mean, I'm not trying to list Taylor, but I mean, he doesn't need the Autarch. The Autarch is a lot of points to give those things reroll ones. You don't really need it.
Yeah, sure.
And sad, unpopular opinion. Eldred probably not needed. You really don't need him in this list because he's not on a jet bike. So why are you spending 140 points for a Farseer? And the fact that he gave him execute and close combat stuff, Eldred walks across the battlefield. I would have said, you want the Flyers, you want to be able to move the board. You got to be movement.
Yeah.
Being stagnant, you're not Space Marines. You can't take a punch.
I think the Eldrad pick wasn't the worst considering he's the defense, right? And these demons are going to come screaming across the table at him, and Eldrad's just going to be able to blast him away. And he did that. He did a ton of wounds to this keeper over here, all by himself, and he's going to continue to do wounds. I don't think anything's going to touch him this turn, and he's going to keep smiting people away.
He could have saved 40 points by taking a regular Farseer and does the exact same amount of damage. I mean, I think flyers are almost a necessity, and they're just with the new Psychic Awakening book. The fact that they can hit on 2s, and with Master of Artisans reroll 1 dice, they can put out some serious high damage Dakina that he could have used to snipe those Seekeeper Secrets.
Ethan ribbing me on the Exocrine comment. Get out of here, Ethan. you are garbage.
I'd be out, right?
I love when he gets.
Exocrines would have killed the Seekers and the Marines and everything, then beaten a Keeper in melee.
100%.
Okay, dude.
Eldrad is good with Dark Reapers. I didn't see any Dark Reapers.
Yeah, no Dark Reapers on the table. So right now we're calculating a heroic intervention, it looks like, from the Contorted Epitome into the Solitaire. The Solitaire charged the Sorcerer with the jump pack. Not sure where he's trying to go. But I think they're almost exactly 3 inches away with that from that Epitome, and I don't think it's going to be able to move around the Sorcerer's base.
So
I think he's gonna obliterate the Warp Talons. He's probably gonna kill the Seeker or the Keeper of Secrets. But the issue is you're gonna have 2 more Daemonette squads, a Sorcerer and the Corded, that are just gonna clean up everything next turn.
Yeah, he needed.
But, I mean,
he needed some insane shooting to go off this turn. It looks like he's gonna clean those Warp Talons up, most likely.
Oh, easily. Yeah, easily. But the Demon Prince is still there.
Yeah.
Keeper has 11 wounds on him.
I mean,
he's got two full units of Daemonettes.
So he's got a Warlock, a Farseer, and the Conclave that could potentially charge his Keeper. I mean, I feel like the Keeper... Unfortunately, they're in the forest, so that was a mistake, I think. Plus his Troupemaster.
Troupemaster is going to charge everything within 12.
Where's the Solitaire? Oh my god!
He's
I was right
just
there.
highlighting him.
Solitaire's
on the
Solitaire's
stream.
right there.
He's fighting the Librarian. Yep, the Sorcerer. Sorry.
Yep. That Sorcerer is dead. That Sorcerer is super dead. By the way.
Yeah. So they were just measuring a heroic intervention from the Epitome. And it looked like he triggered it, but the Epitome could not have moved into 3 inches or within an inch past the Sorcerer's base, I think is what they decided. I also just noticed the adorable bushes on the Solitaire's base, which are so cute. That's very
appreciate the little things in life.
Of course. You have to you have to appreciate the little things.
Little hands.
The little things, the little tiny hands.
Little tiny hands.
The little hands and on the little figures. That's what we got.
The Shadowseer is going to charge everything. 12. 7.
Shadowseer's going in. It looks like. It looks like everything's piling. I think he's putting too much effort into killing his Warp Talons. That's a lot.
This is his last turn.
That's a lot of things to fight these Warp Talons. Why are you doing that?
We'll just charge these.
It's four space every 2 wounds, right? Like get them with the Harlequins.
They are not hard to kill. Yeah, they will die right away.
I don't know if you need 2
those
characters.
Harlequins.
He's gonna have a Troupemaster nearby for full rerolls on wounds too. Ooh, I think that Troupemaster wants to be fighting this.
Troupemaster. Yeah, I mean, I think that the Troupemaster gives him reroll hits, and gives him
he's weird. He's reroll wounds on the Troupemaster.
One there.
No, he's -1 damage to the Harlequins if they're with. Or maybe that's the Shadowseer.
Yeah,
Shadowseer gives all Harlequins gives them -1.
Yeah, the Troupemaster is reroll wounds. He's a big weirdo.
Is he?
He's like a chapter master, but opposite. Yeah.
But let's be honest.
He's like, no, you guys are gonna hit it. Yeah, you don't need.
The Harlequins are gonna obliterate that. I think he needs to go for that Keeper.
I wonder if he's within 4. Maybe because he's immune to Overwatch. It doesn't matter what he charges. I mean, not that there's any guns over here.
Let's charge the Cultists.
So I wonder if he fights first with the players. If he kills the Warp Talons, I wonder if he's within 4 of that Keeper to just go into her anyway.
Yeah, I guess
he's got a target-rich environment.
Yeah, that's for sure. There's a lot of demons over here.
But and then if I'm within,
so here we are measuring the
might not be able
heroic intervention. Actually, I think they did determine it triggered it, but they're not sure if it gets in.
No, I don't think I can.
Yeah, and they're deciding that he can't get in probably.
Yeah,
that's a big old librarian base right in the middle. Sorcerer, librarian. He doesn't have any books.
Warp Talons first.
Nope.
Oh, I forgot these guys. That's right. These guys should be outside of.
Oh, we got.
It's just out.
Okay.
All right. So.
Oh, he's got two. He's got 2 players.
No, don't do it.
Or
Don't throw those into
what
the
are we
Demon
doing?
Prince.
What are they doing? What are you doing, players? Oh no, I think he's measuring
no,
heroic
that's
intervention.
correct.
That's what he's doing.
You're good.
Okay, cool. All right.
You know what you have to really
So
appreciate
these
about
guys,
Tabletop Sim
1,
and these
2,
Keeper of
3,
Secrets?
4,
Someone modeled these,
Yeah.
and they
5
are
swords. Yeah, these are
anatomically very interesting.
5
and
swords.
correct.
They each
Mhm.
get 5 attacks because they charge.
Get some
So
awkward
5 sword-
zooms.
Yeah. I mean, these Harlequin models are fully modeled as well, and they are gorgeous.
They are. They're not so. They look CGI.
I mean, they
Yeah,
are.
they are
let's see.
good. No, I know, but I mean,
Before, warning
so
dice,
a lot of
paid 2 CP,
the units,
they
like if you look at
get,
Eldred,
let's see,
so Eldred is
foot
just an
unit
actual
my,
picture of Eldred that was
Right.
army
scanned in.
Yeah, a lot of them are
But
scanned
then if
from
you
the
look-
360s.
Beasts.
Correct, and then but then
Don't
you
need
look
to
at
do
like
that.
the Harlequins, and you're like, oh, someone actually
So what are
did
these guys?
those.
Yeah, somebody went into Blender and made a
Actually,
Harlequin,
we'll
and they
do
look
that
Yeah,
in
that-
real
God.
cool.
please.
But they're all male. I feel like they should be a little bit.
Yeah, there's no
And
variety,
these
but
are
it's
the
hard to
strength
do
threes, so
variety
you
in
have
the
fives.
game because you can't unless you're doing it manually. You can't.
And I roll failed because of the troop.
That's fair.
To make sure.
Micah with the
Troupemaster,
one-liners
reroll
here.
fails wounds.
Guess those keepers aren't keeping their secrets very well. Being so anatomically correct.
Alright.
They aren't.
Zero AP
They
for
aren't.
these
You can see everything. It's really creepy.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
And then we'll do the
There goes the Warp Talons.
Harlequins.
They're gone.
Yeah, there's
They did
nothing-
their job.
There's no way they
We'll do the
survived
2
that.
kiss, the 10 attack from 2.
I would have liked to see more swings into this keeper.
A lot better.
There's
And
no
then
interrupts
for
available.
the kiss, they're strength 4. So
If you get all these
we'll do
guys in the
fourth
keeper,
now.
we're going to use a bunch of D3 damages. Probably put it to death.
Go through. And then we go on failed.
So that's the first unit he's killed.
No, he killed 2 keepers of secrets this turn.
Alright. These are at -1.
Ah,
Yep, he killed both wounded keepers.
We'll take care of them.
Eldrad blasted one to death with mind bullets, and I think the other one died to random guns because it had 3 wounds
See,
left.
we're not going to pile in because we don't want to get punched in the face. And then
Daemonettes
the... Oh, that's right. Yeah, they've got the quick thing.
Ooh, so we have the Slaanesh ability to swing first in combat coming up in here. So maybe
Yep.
a mistake on the choosing of the attackers.
yep. That Warlock is about to get what we call munched.
Yeah.
I realized I probably shouldn't have put him in there. Oh well.
Yeah, unfortunately, Panda regretting
there.
his charge here.
And as you play against a Slaanesh army, you learn to regret a lot of your charges because your opponent will remind you that they will swing before you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so maybe that it was smart keeping away from the keeper. I wasn't thinking of that
1, 2, 3, 4.
because if you swing a bunch of characters in the keeper and comes back and kills 1 or 2 of them, it could be bad.
Mhm.
You gotta shoot him to death. Unfortunately, I'm not
I
sure
think
he's got enough time to make that
I
happen.
think you have a keeper, you have a demon prince with full wounds, you still have the epitome.
Yeah, there's a lot of beef
so
on
much
this table
stuff.
still, and that's something that I find happening to me, especially in 40K. We're getting to 3 hours into this game, past 3 hours, and especially if the game's not going well for you, you kind of just like, I'll just make actions.
Whatever.
Like
Yeah.
I'll just do stuff,
F it.
and
F
you kind of lose.
And when you're
You
forward-
start missing a couple rules, and you kind of lose sight of the path to victory. And
4
I
at
wonder
-1,
if
2 at
that
-4.
is something that's happening here
Alright,
to
so
Panda,
far-
because I think this turn was a little sloppy.
Alright, take 3.
and
he's
if
dead.
he-
Oops. Shoot the phone
With
in
some
there.
good rolls, he just
My
threw
fault.
his model across
Yep.
table as well.
Warlock.
See.
Yep,
Whoops.
there it goes.
And then
With some good
Solitaire.
rolls and with some on-point target priority, I think he's still in this game. I don't think he's out by any stretch. He's killed 3 out of 4 keepers. He's damaged the other one. There's, the Slaanesh player also is running out of models real quick. And if he was able to get this last keeper,
Yeah.
we're still in a fight.
Does the what's it called? The
I'm
Sorcerer
wondering
have
if the
an
Solitaire
increase to the
might have had a
5
better
and that's it?
choice of a target
No, he
than
doesn't have.
the Sorcerer, which I don't think they
sucks.
swung.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not
Um,
sure.
I was thinking the Solitaire should have gone for maybe the Demon Prince. The Solitaire
Yeah.
rerolls
with
wounds.
the Harlequin.
That
It
is a-
rerolls wounds. You have 10 attacks.
Mhm.
10 attacks.
It still causes D3. Go
Yeah.
for one of the big threat targets.
Attacks hitting on
Sorcerer, who
twos.
gives a shit?
Here he comes
'Cause
rolling the.
you
And
need-
4.
Or you remember the
Wounded
Solitaire
on
now?
4s.
I think they are listening to us. So that's not
This is
a
just
great
-1.
4 -1. Should put paid to that guy. Uh-oh, maybe not.
One.
Nope.
Oh,
Solitaire,
dear.
he's fine.
Well,
Yep, he's fine.
2 damage.
Walk
2
it off.
damage. Yikes. That was.
Walk it off.
Yeah,
Ah,
so
that's useless.
unfortunately
Oh, well.
for Eldar,
Alright,
that turn didn't go too well.
Yep.
Yeah, and
In
that is
terms of
the,
dice, but I think
all my
I
favorite
think
dice.
there was an overcommitment on these Warp Talons.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think he needed all of the shooting to go into them and then charge them with
Correct.
4 different things. The
Correct.
remaining Skyrunners didn't get into combat with
2
anything.
wounds,
I mean, I
minus
guess they don't
2.
want
I
to.
would've-
They'd get
Get
punched
involved.
in the face, so it's not a big deal. But
Takes 1, feels 1.
I would have said something to deal with Objective 5 or
Yeah.
Objective 2.
yeah, they
You
could
gotta
just go.
start
They
put-
just go and ace these cultists, or at least they kick the
He-
crap
he
out
could-
of them, right? There was a
He could have.
keeper
He
secret,
could have
right?
shot.
I don't know.
He could have shot the cultists, and he could have assaulted
That's
the
that.
Daemonettes. I don't know. I mean, he needed to get pressure outside of his zone.
Three things.
He
Yeah.
needs to not fight in his back.
Yeah, and he's got
So you get
recon
Fillmore,
as
Fillmore.
well that he has not scored at all.
I'll get my last.
Correct. That's
and,
huge.
And you
And then
got to start
once you
pushing,
got-
and that's why those Nightspinners are out behind this, in front of this wall here. But that's
then
that's not enough. Yeah.
Hobby got kill more, hold more,
Yeah.
and like you look at this hold more, and it's been
that round.
you look at it 3 points.
Right. Now we
that
are.
would have been a 14
Yeah.
to 12 game.
It is only
You
round
wanna-
3.
you just wanna talk it out,
We
just
still have
keep
3
it up
rounds
to
of
four.
scoring to go. No, that was bottom of 3 right there
Um,
because that was the Eldar turn.
yeah.
Bottom of 3, top of 4. Here
Yeah,
we go.
so now we're going into round 4, yeah. So we do have 3 more rounds of scoring to go, and the score could turn around, but right now Slaanesh winning by 5 points. And I'm not
I think-
sure
I
that
think this is
Eldar
the
has the
turn.
beef
Right
to crush back through, but
Is,
I mean,
I
maybe
think this is
maybe
this
the
is the last
Slaanesh
turn, I
finish
think.
up this
models
turn.
will all roll 1s.
Forget those guys.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with this is probably the
Two
last
maps.
turn. You
Yeah,
have a full,
Ethan,
full
that's
power
a-
Demon Prince.
That's a good call on the Solitaire.
Um,
It should have swung into the Epitome
The
because that doesn't have an armor save. It's
I
just
don't-
rolling its 5+
also,
demon
like,
save. It only has a
Yep.
2+
like,
save against mortal
maybe
wounds,
the Demon
which the
Prince could
Solitaire
get
is
in
not
here or
doing. He's
something
doing
next turn. I don't know.
decidedly unmortal wounds.
I'd probably go for these guys in the middle.
And Ethan, usually you give the Solitaire the rose, the
one-
relic, so
you
he
could
rerolls
probably
wounds.
definitely kill one,
And
the Demon Prince
it
kills the
still
other kind of thing.
causes
Everything
flat
else.
3 to
I
infantry
think I'm
models, and it
probably
causes
gonna get
E3 to non-infantry
for
models.
the rest of the game.
I would have liked to see
Oh, yeah,
that
for
gone
sure,
into
for
a
sure.
Demon Prince, or maybe a Hail Mary into the Greater Demon, and just try to just get him
Yeah.
into a bottom bracket
Probably
situation.
my
I don't think the
last
Sorcerer
recon,
was a
I don't
big
think
enough
you can
threat
take me out on your side
to
without-
jeopardize one of your last
Yeah.
hard-hitting units.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Say-
I think you could have probably picked a
Definitely
better
get
target than
Butcher's
that.
Bill. Definitely max recon behind enemy lines.
Oh, I think we might be talking it out. I'm going to put the players' mics back on.
Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see.
We're talking it out.
I think you could easily just space out 2 kills per turn if you really needed to get your final point for Butcher's Bill, so you definitely max that out. And then, yeah, I think
Well, you might, well, now you already got your big game hunter.
yeah, definitely no recon. Probably won't kill the
Be able to bully either my Demon Prince or my Contorted.
Oh, the Contorted was
see.
marked for death as well.
I don't know
That's
if I'd be
another
able to smite them off, kind of
point
thing.
going for that favor if you're trying to score
Probably
as
just
many
get-
points as possible.
Hold
One of
Make
these-
sure
one.
you do interviews with each of them right after this game.
I'd say probably
Pop
just
in their
get
channel,
hold
their
one
channel.
this
Yeah,
turn
I
or
I
this
want to
next
hear what
turn.
they would have done differently.
Probably
Sure.
have me wiped out by the end of turn 5. No. Let's see. Can see.
I think that's fair.
I'd say you'd probably eventually just get your bonuses too, but it'd probably
You kill.
maybe. So. I don't know. I think you'd have me killed by turn 6. To be honest, I don't think I'd have anything left. But then, and that's about I definitely wouldn't get any kill more, hold more. So yeah, I think that's probably the game right there.
Okay, so
Good,
we're calling
Alex.
the game.
Thanks for the game. Holy.
16
Game.
for
Any
Eldar,
any
34
tips? I'm
for,
trying to get competitive. I'm by no means like I guess I
Jeez.
consider
Slaanesh.
myself by nature competitive, but I'm not like
Brutal.
that good. Any tips
Absolutely
on
brutal.
playing better? I think
I
my
still
biggest
think they could
blunder
have
is
fought it out,
I
but in 3
realized was
hours, I
putting
get it.
my bikes right here. I think I should have
and
put
like I
them
said
back
before,
here.
we do allow players to talk the game out in the
This gave me
T5S2
such an
format,
opening.
just because the games take so long on TTS.
My plan,
that's fair.
like if you did send them back there, then I was gonna like just try and sweep everything else.
Yeah.
So I think if they weren't there, I would have been able to do that pretty easily. I think I'd almost rather play the game again.
Fair.
I don't know.
What are they talking about?
So yeah,
This is
they're
actually
currently
the first time
going
I've played
over
against the Conclave.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
different
I
plays
think
for the other player.
I feel like I have a tendency to play a bit too defensively,
And
but then I make really
discussing whether the Conclave should
offensive,
have
really
gone
poor offensive calls. I think
towards the
I'm
other
trying
side
to find
of the
that
board
balance between
with
like
it's back
maximizing
off.
them kind of thing.
Like if you would have come out turn 1 or 2, I would have punished it really hard.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, okay, because I was hoping you'd be a bit more aggressive so I can punch and then bounce back to safety, but you didn't. So I was like, I'll have to hold back, kind of thing. And so, yeah, I don't know. I think I was hoping to take it to have taken out a bit more early on.
Yeah, I'm sorry I can't give you better advice.
Oh, no worries. No, I appreciate the game, the reps, and
players in our local meta.
what was that?
We don't even have any Eldar players in our local meta. I mean, I like one, but he plays other stuff most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a bit.
Colin, do you want to
typically,
jump
I'd
back
run
into
like rather than
the
3 Nightspinners, I'd
Discord
run a unit of
once we talk to
9
him?
Shining Spears,
That's fine.
and then a bit more. I'd have a bit more psychic. I guess I'd just have one more year of rain, and I'd have a bit more defensive for my warlock stuff. So I think I might typically run that instead, because typically I think what I should have done is played the Warlock Conclave a bit more defensively, given them like protect, given them like fortune, or which is like a 5-up Jono Pain, so they'll have a 3-up Invul and 5-up Jono Pain kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, well, good game, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, good game. Solid stuff.
Yeah, hey guys. That game was sick. That was super cool. Do you guys have a couple minutes to just talk with us about the game? Do a little bit of wrap up.
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. Yeah, Colin, are you back in here?
Yeah, JT, HobbyWrecker. What do you think? Come on,
UltraWrecker.
UltraWrecker, yeah.
UltraWrecker. How'd everything go?
I was kind of crapping my pants there, turn 2. Wasn't feeling super good about the whole thing. I was surprised when the Nightspinners targeted the Keepers. I thought that he would try and thin out my screens before charging in, but I see why he did it, because those things have really high damage potential against Keepers. I didn't realize that they had the whole 2 damage thing. Yeah, so that hurt. Shrink 7 hurts Keepers.
Yeah, definitely.
We were talking briefly. Alex asked if he should have put him back into the building, and I didn't really have a good answer. I was kind of thinking he might do that, but I told him if he did,
that's where we were at as well.
If he did, my plan was to just like kill everything else. Like I was just gonna like pile all my stuff in here and clean up the stuff that's much easier to kill, and then so you'd basically have that left. So I don't really know what would have happened. It'd be a totally different game.
Yeah, it would be interesting because it seems like after the demons pile in, they kill all the screens, but it looks like that turn Alex had his screens set pretty well. And so it would have basically been his most powerful stuff against your most powerful stuff, and we see who wins the fight, right?
Absolutely.
The Conclave and the Nightspinner battery against everything you have.
And HobbyWrecker, be honest, what do you think the look on your opponent's face was when adding additional leadership modifiers for his Seer Council?
What was the question?
What do you think? What do you think the look on your face was when you started adding additional negative leadership?
Yeah, when the Seer Council failed the it's a beautiful art. Yeah.
I drew it out for you.
Oh yeah,
20
that
years
was
in
brutal.
there.
That was brutal. So
Lord Tropey.
that the play we were talking about it, as it was happening, the play to move them into the ruin and block the keepers pile in, I think was absolutely brilliant on Alex's part. But I think we got the pointy ears too, perfect. But it definitely, I think the dice were like, no, you don't get to make good plays. It's all gonna go south.
Oh, he absolutely had to. I was this sad face. This was actually my face when the Epitome rolled a 3 to charge.
Yeah, we almost called it right there as that being the game because that Conclave gets to survive and
Right.
keep doing its thing.
I did not, Hobby. I knew what was, but my compatriot seemed to think that the Eldar players still had a chance.
Yeah, Colin absolutely foresaw the Skyrunners losing 6 models to an explosion, or 4 models to an explosion and morale. He knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Actually, and that brings up Antisocial Panda. I got to. What do you think of Slaanesh in close combat? I mean, good job holding him off till turn 2, and then he came all in. Was that what you thought was going to happen?
Yeah, I was expecting at one point for an all-in. I was honestly hoping for a bit more aggressive play first turn so I can easily get my spells off, safer. But I figured that would give me a bit more breathing time, even though I didn't get the most optimal firepower. I'd rather have an extra turn to shoot kind of thing. But yeah, I figured, based off his list, I figured it was coming in sooner or later with the Warp Talons, the potential to double move the bikes kind of thing, and everything is advancing and charging. As I figured it was just kind of delaying the inevitable clash of Slaanesh and Eldar.
Yeah, and to that note, we sort of expected an all-out assault from HobbyWrecker on turn 2, with the Termin or the Librarian. I keep calling him a librarian. The Sorcerer jumping in and potentially getting a warp time on the bikes to push them really far forward, and the Warp Talons, and everything just coming in to hold off the Eldar from getting to the Keepers so that they could charge next turn. So what made you make the decision to stay back defensively for another round?
The way that he was positioned at the time, the Warp Talons didn't really have good targets.
Mm-hmm.
Because their whole point is they're going to eat overwatches and deny people from falling back. And the only things that they were going to really be able to do that to were his screens. Just the way it was laid out. And they can't stop. I could have gone on the right flank, but they can't stop the Nightspinners from falling back, so that would have been a waste too. So I was really kind of hoping that Alex would just make a mistake and leave something open. And I got lucky.
Easy game.
All skill, Hobby, all skill.
All according to plan, yeah.
All according to plan. That was brutal, guys.
That's the wrong god.
That was brutal.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed watching.
That game was insanity. You guys both played your butts off, and it looked great. I'm so glad we got to cast this game and this super cool matchup. So thank you guys for jumping on the stream.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
GG's.
Have a good one, guys. Okay, everybody. That's going to be... we get a table flip.
Flip the table and burn it all to the ground.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That is
All right, have a good
trippy.
one.
All right, everybody in the chat, thanks for joining us. This was awesome.
Okay.
There was a sick game, and I'm so glad
Disconnected
that
from server.
Oh no, we lost it. I'm so glad we got to cast that game for you guys. That game was sick. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Okay. JT,
and
I told you, man, you had nothing to worry about. I told you, I saw him.
It was Stefan, those guys. Yeah. So thanks for joining, and we'll come back with some more games casted as soon as I have them scheduled. We are actually close to being done with the first round of the T5S2 tournament. We're actually games have until next Friday to conclude, but I think the vast majority of them are completed at this point. So we should have a couple more games to stream for you guys next week, and hopefully that they're of this quality. I think this game was insanity. So yeah, go ahead and follow the channel. If any of you are in the chat room are interested in joining the tournament, we are running another pod as soon as it fills up, and it's just got a couple spots left, just 2 or 3 spots. So go ahead and head over to facebook.com/tacticaltortoise, hit us up and drop us a message, and we'll put you on the wait list. Yeah, Kay, it's looking, we're getting closer to Grey Knights versus Slaanesh. I had a very low scoring game, unfortunately. And so I think I was outscored by the Slaanesh, and I think they're probably going to hit somebody else next round, but I'm going to try to win so I can get them on round 3. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how the scores shape up, in the last couple of games to come out. Yeah, so that's going to be, I don't know, Ethan, they can bring back a lot of Keepers of Secrets. That's going to be awkward if we play the Grey Knights list. Plus, those Warp Talons are real strong, and I don't know what I can do to deal with them, so we'll see. Yeah, everybody, thanks for watching. Patrick, thanks for telling us that we're awesome. That makes us feel good. And have a good night, everybody. That's going to be it for today. Keep it classy, folks.